Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. So happy to have you all. Welcome to another exciting episode of Eberron, Ashes of the Last War. This is our third episode. My name is Obsidia. I am the Dungeon Master here. I have my lovely group of players who will all introduce themselves in but a moment. We'll do some announcements. I'll do a brief recap of the last session, and we will get heckin' started. If anybody has any questions along the way, please feel free to let me know. I will do my best to answer them after the stream. Welcome. Thank you for coming by. So let's start off with our favorite kitty wizard, Yulia.
It's Yulia. Hi, everyone. My name is, it's Yulia. I go by Royal Knight BT on both Twitch and Twitter. So do a lot of Dungeons and Dragons with these amazing people. And lately, I've been obsessed with Skyrim. So that is all I've been playing on my channel. But yeah, today I'm playing Paige, and she is a wizard swift stride. So very excited to be here. Thank you.
Kitty number 2.
Hi, I'm Sif VTuber. I am Knight. I do art. I play game. Were you also doing announcements too, Obs?
Yeah, sure.
At the same time? Okay, got it. Tomorrow, there's this weird, post-it note on my calendar that says tomorrow Fem Sif. I don't really understand, but, pull up for that, I guess.
Exciting.
Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Don't stare.
And I believe that model was done in part by the Mommy Mana, otherwise known as Luna, who is in chat currently. Perhaps she should get a shout out. Very good
Yes,
Brazilian artist.
Please shout her out. She does amazing work. She drew Fem Litro, aka Litra. She's done a lot of Fem Sif art, and I'm very excited to give the model a proper display tomorrow.
Alrighty, speaking of Litra, let's go to Litro.
Hi, I'm Litro. I am a quarter dragon, but mostly human. I play RPGs occasionally, but mostly do D&D, or I DM crazy adventures for other amazing people to play in. And this coming next Tuesday, I will be streaming a special one-shot of a semi-late celebration for Final Fantasy Tactics and their 25th anniversary.
Very exciting. I know some of the people that will be in that game. It's going to be awesome.
Including yourself.
Yes, I know.
Wait, you know Obsidia?
I do. The Obsidia. X-Obsidia X.
God bless.
360 no scope, 420 blaze it, MLG Gaming Obsidia. And
Also, I also concur. Go check out Mommy Mana. They deserve all the love, and you need to go commission them right now, and that is a command.
And then last, but certainly not least, only small in stature, we have Maribelle.
It's me. Howdy, y'all. I'm Maribelle. I am a Hobbit VTuber. You can find me on Twitch as Maribelle Bramble or on Twitter as Maribelle VT. And I like to do comfy, cozy streams. We do book readings, we do writing, we do crafting and cooking and all those comfy grandma vibes. And as for announcements, Sunday is my birthday, and we are going to be doing a Hobbit movie watch-along in my Discord. So if you want to hang out and watch The Unexpected Journey, definitely stop by and watch a cool movie with me. Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah, happy preemptive birthday to Maribelle.
Thank you!
My two announcements for tonight is numero uno. Number one, I would like to thank everybody for contributing to the charity fundraiser we did during Pride Month. We raised $2,250.12 out of our original $500 goal. So that was all being raised for Trans Lifeline, a trans suicide prevention and support network. So I'm really glad we were able to come together as a community working with the New York Snark Exchange and get to raise so much money for such a good cause. The second announcement is, if you haven't checked out my Twitter or my Discord, I am going to be doing a 3D re-debut on July 15th. Yes, that's right, July 15th. If you want to see Obsidia go from double Ds to triple Ds, be sure to come on by. It's a very cool model. I love showing her off, and I'm very excited to transition to having movable hands. So those are my announcements for tonight. Aside from that, we are now going to go into the session recap of last time. So, our plucky group of adventurers found themselves leaving a Fey Grove upon doing investigations into the disappearance of a dryad sapling, as well as her best friend, a fairy dragon hatchling. And upon discovering that the tree that she had been hearth attuned to was cut down by most likely a humanoid of some sort using metal tools and metal equipment, and part of the grove being burned down by some kind of divine magic that prevented the Fey magics from reconstituting themselves there, they returned to the city of Greywall, the monstrous city that it is, but they had realized they experienced a bit of time dilation, as by the time they had left the Fey Wilds, while it had only been perhaps 10 or 15 minutes, 4 hours had gone by in the material plane. Upon returning there, they went to further their investigation by checking out the disappearance location of one of the other kidnapped people, an adult harpy lounge singer named Larissa. Oh, shoot, I have to turn off that marble thing. And upon doing that, they went to the bar, the Bloody Cairn, where they met the tiefling bartender Xavian, who gave them not really that much information to help clarify things, but he gave them open access to the bar. And while they had open access, they got to chat with him a bit. He was a tiefling veteran who said basically that the harpy was kind of a loner. She had an inflated sense of self-worth. While they were checking out the back room where she usually would change to get ready to perform, they discovered that there was a peephole to the alley behind it, which they found fairly sus. And then when they returned to the main room, they got to see a very ragged, very dangerous looking kitsune war mage enter the bar, who seemed a little bit unstable and a little bit flexing her power. She made a bit of a mess in the bar, smashed up the place, beat up the bartender, and put a fair amount of threats upon the party before departing, leaving a small arcane mark upon Jubilee's breastplate of a pink heart with a little chibi fox on the inside of it before she returned to the night. After this, they went in the alley. Our trusty Jubilee discovered that at about 6'3", height-wise, there were 3 deep gashes into the wall of the alley, perhaps indicating the harpy's talons, as well as a bit of blood, which maybe indicated that somebody was injured as a direct result of that. After the amount of emotional turmoil from dealing with the kitsune known as the Harlequin and the long investigation of the day, they decided to go to their Gold Dragon Inn, which is the premier hotel location where they are residing in the town of Greywall, and had a fabulous meal together where much of the food that Litro was that Kliff was trying to eat was getting snatched by the chopsticks of eager kitties. And then upon going to sleep, they had a fair bit of introspection upon their adventures before they carried out their next series of the investigation the next day, going to the Church of the Silver Flame, which they had a fair amount of suspicion was involved in these disappearances in some way, shape, or form. Upon getting there, they met the very ornery priestess of the Silver Flame, a hobgoblin woman named Rei Nin, who was not in a terribly good mood, but that seems to be the only mood she has. And while they were talking to her and distracting her, Paige went into her back room, snatched up some of her personal documents before departing. Upon reviewing them all and the discussions with Ray, the party basically determined she probably was not involved with the disappearances. She actually does not seem to be terribly prejudiced against the locals and has no real bone to pick with them. Upon looking at her documents, most of them were just seeing that they were mostly her feeling some level of doubt as to her role in overall spreading the word of the Silver Flame here, because these filthy heathens just do not seem to understand how it's in their best interest. And with that, we ended for the night, and we will return to our plucky group of adventurers outside of the Chapel of the Silver Flame, ready to continue their investigation. All right, my heroes, what do you do?
Well, we did want to go check out the area of the final kidnapping, and I believe one of you said that you wish to go back to that alleyway that we were in before. Now that it's daytime, you hope to pick up some different clues?
Yes, I'd like to check out that alleyway just to see where the claw marks go. It might be a good indicator as to where our harpy quarry went.
Where do we want to go first, then?
Well, we've already found a bit of information with the claw marks, and considering it's during the day, it might be easier to track there first. Unless anyone has a different idea?
No, I believe that is sound. Let us go there, see what we can find, and afterwards we can go to the site of the last kidnapping.
I think that sounds just fine.
Let us make haste.
Okay, so you guys are going back to the alleyway?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. As you go back through the gates of the International Enclave and Greywall and back into the main city of Greywall, it's about a 10-minute walk to get back to the Bloody Cairn, which is currently closed. There is a sign that has been hastily written on it that basically says closed due to renovations.
Oh no!
And as you return to the alleyway, since you now know what to look for, you see the gashes there. What else would you like to check out?
Well, really, I was hoping to see, if these gashes seem to go in a particular direction. So we have a heading.
While they're doing that,
yeah.
I'm going to pull out my tiny little book and start to slowly cast Detect Magic, just in case.
Okay. So first off, you actually remember that the gashes go from the outside of the alley inwards. So it is if they were getting raked back into the alley. So you remember that about how they're angled. So presumably with a little deductive reasoning, they were probably trying to leave the alley when whatever went down, and they clawed back into the alley as they were trying to leave.
I guess from there, my next course of action would be to look for any other signs of movement, because we didn't see like footprints maybe that might potentially match like the large ones we found in the forest. So I might be looking for other evidence of a large presence formerly here.
Okay. You can do either investigation or survival. You'll get different info depending on which one you do.
Okay. I will do investigation.
Okay. As you're doing that, do the kitties want to do anything?
Maybe Ader? Since I'm ritually casting, I can't do anything, but...
Hey, you should keep an eye out for yourself. I'll help Jubilee out here.
Sure. She's actually probably just gonna be at the front of the entrance of the alleyway, just trying to not deter people from coming in, but
Uh-huh.
kind of making sure no one is kind of looking this way or curious.
Okay. So two things. Which alley? Because it's an alley, so there is an entrance and an exit to it. The exit, the area closest to you, or the area that you came in from. Which one of those two are you going to be standing guard at?
I'll probably do where we came in from.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So with since you rolled with advantage anyway, like you went from a 12 to a 13 with Sess's help.
I'm not so good at the whole scene thing, so this might check out.
So as you look, you did investigation. When you get outside of the entrance of the alley, you don't seem to see anything left there. You presumably, if there were something obvious, somebody would have already written it down in the investigation. But who knows? They didn't see the claw marks. At this area, there are several buildings overlooking this alleyway. Most of the buildings here are kind of dilapidated by comparison to some of the other ones you've seen in town. So maybe this area might be a less economically advantaged location. But yeah, you see several buildings overlooking the exit of the alley where you were at. That's basically what your investigation has determined. So maybe somebody saw something. You don't know.
Do I finish my ritual casting?
Sure. 10 minutes later, you hop off. You are magic zoning. The whole area has some elements of magic about it. And also, in further context for this is the oldest of the disappearance sites, so it has had a week of, time for stuff to disappear since it occurred. But yeah, you don't see any, particularly noticeable magical presence aside from some. There appears to be some kind of magical distortion at the Bloody Cairn itself, but aside from that, there isn't really anything.
What about the symbol on Jubilee's chest?
Oh, it's gone. It disappeared after a couple hours last night.
Okay. I said it's no magic or anything. Did you find anything looking around?
Not as much as I would like, unfortunately.
Looks like perhaps this trail has gone a little cold. It might be best to look into our other options and see if we can kind of piece the puzzle together.
One more thing. Obs.
Yeah.
Those scratches you said, the talon markings?
Yeah.
How high up were those again?
6'3".
6 feet?
Yeah, about 6'3".
In between these two alleys, right? Like, are there, like, these buildings that we're on, whatever between, are there windows?
There is not. There is not windows between the alleys. There are windows in the buildings overlooking the exit you're at, but not in the alley itself.
Okay, so like the either side of the wall in the alleys, there's no windows. The two buildings that we're like between right now because of this alley.
Yeah.
What are they? Like, are they businesses, residential?
It's the Bloody Cairn, so that's a bar.
There's one, yeah.
And then on the other side of it is actually like a pottery business doing ceramics.
Jubilee, you mentioned that that in that report that the whoever investigated this first didn't see the scratches, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, chances are they probably didn't come to check out this alleyway, meaning they probably didn't ask people who, would have heard something here. So, maybe we could check with those potters next door. What are they called? What, ceramic makers? I don't know. Listen, maybe we could ask them, see if they heard something last week. It's kind of a stretch, I know, but
it wouldn't hurt, because, folks in the tavern didn't seem to have too much knowledge about what happened either, so wouldn't hurt.
I think it's a great idea. We're trying to get all of our bases, so good job, Sis.
Thank you. Got my brain piloting. My brain isn't working right now.
It's all right. It's all right. Little steps. Little steps.
You strained it too much with the previous thought.
I can't like as a player I have ideas, but I can't. But like Cess's like the funnel into Cess's brain is so tight. I can't jam all the ideas in.
You need more
Kinda
brain
overheated
lube.
there.
Oh god.
Steam coming out of your cat ears.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, let's check there first, and then we'll move on if we can't find anything else.
Do we know where Cleotrixia's mother lives, or are we just going to go to the public revel she was kidnapped at?
Figured if she went to the public revelry, I mean, there's a chance that somebody that knows her could direct us to her address.
You actually do know where she lives. It was noted in the reports. She lives on basically the west side of town in the richer area, because she is one of the top nobles of this city.
Noted.
All right, Kliff is going to go into see if the pottery shop is open.
Okay. Yes, it is currently open.
All right, I'll walk in.
Okay. As you go in, you see that there is a rather short shifter behind a counter with massive Coke bottle glasses, and he's holding a book, and he's got these his hands are like claws. He's got these huge claw hands, and his eyes are very small, and he's got a rather large nose. He appears to be very mole-like.
Hello, my name is Kliff, and I offer my hand.
You kind of see him move his head around a little bit and kind of lean over the counter at you, and he extends out one of his huge claws, which dwarfs your little hand, and holds it fairly gently. It doesn't seem like he could really get that much dexterity dealing with something so small, but he does his best. Welcome. Thank you for coming to my ceramics emporium.
Yes. I'm actually looking for a small vase, something that I could easily put a flower or something in it.
Oh, of course. Always happy to help. What exactly is your price range? And he gets out from behind the desk and kind of waddles out. He's probably about, 4.5 feet tall, as he kind of waddles over to various ceramics.
Oh, nothing too expensive. Just something for like a small gift if needed.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for decorations? I try to hand paint all of these.
And he gestures of his claws, and some of these things actually have very pretty paintings on them. A lot of good inlay.
Something with roses might be nice, or something a bit softer could also work, like a bit more of like a decorative inlay, something you might see on like the binding of a book, or something a bit more intense, something that has a bit more of a jagged spikiness to it could also work.
Interesting. A very diverse set of preferences. Okay.
Not looking for them combined, just looking for something that could match one of those.
Indeed. Let me see what we've got here.
And he looks around, and he then carefully will gesture to, on one wall you see, basically a small vase that has it has a lot of rose and thorns wrapped around it, like painted onto it.
He goes, I believe this one should fulfill your flowery preferences. That one is, of course, that is 5 gold. It is one of my really premier floral vases.
I see.
And then he waddles to a different area. And he goes, come. Are the rest of you here? Or you just have a Kliff in there?
We are. I feel like we're standing at the entrance, like door open, like says face palms, like here you just ask for the vase. But like,
Yeah.
but like in the I don't understand this. My brain is confused.
Yeah, Jubilee probably would have followed in relatively close behind, but is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe a little gobsmacked that Kliff is just shopping.
Trust.
I'm trusting the process right now, though.
And so, yeah, he'll continue waddling.
If your friends are interested in anything, please let me know.
No, I think this rose one right here will do quite nicely for what I'm looking for.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
And he then
And
proceeds
actually,
to
while I
waddle
still-
back, because this is now a big endeavor for him to waddle in one direction and waddle back the other way.
And as he's ringing up the vase, and I put my 5 gold onto the table. Actually, while I still have you here, I'm quite curious. About a week ago, there may have been a commotion coming from outside near the alleyway.
Oh, yes, I remember that. You know, sometimes there is a lot of disturbances here because, frankly, some people are a little more lumbering than most, and I don't really know terribly well what they look like, but I can always feel them if you catch my draft. And I remember I was trying to sleep one night, and as I did, there was a great shaking in the alleyway behind me, and I felt that there was perhaps some kind of altercation. I think that may have been having to deal with one of the disappearances, but I don't know. I've sometimes go see Xavier, you know, he's a nice guy, but nobody asked me about anything. I told Venom Spite or the good captain when she came by, but you know, it just I'm just trying to keep my nose to the claystone, if you understand.
I
Wait,
look at the
so-
vase I just bought, and it's like, yes, that is most excellent craftsmanship, but being that you felt this altercation, could you feel how heavy this person might have been?
Oh, it was several people.
Several.
Yeah.
Says like immediately looks at the page and just goes, write that down.
I'm
How
writing
many?
it. I'm writing it.
Are you looking it up, or did you not hear my question?
I didn't hear what you said.
Cliff asked how many.
Oh, I think there were four of them, plus another person. But I only felt that person for a little bit.
For a little bit? Could you elaborate at all? For a paying customer, of course.
He one of his claws kind of pushes up his massive Coke bottle glasses and goes,
Well, as I said, I don't see very well, but you know, I have a sense for things. I like to feel things, vibrations, and you know, I'm very attuned to my environment. So I can feel whoever was there.
This might seem like an oddly specific question, friend, but any of these 4 or so people, judging by the feeling, how their feet hit the ground, any of them wearing metal shoes?
Let me think.
And he takes his claw and kind of pats it against his chin for a moment.
Now that you mention it, one of them was, I could hear the click-clack.
And you said you reported this to the authorities?
Yes, to Captain Venom Spite.
Interesting. Could you tell which direction they went after, all the fuss was over? Any sort of a heading would be helpful.
I think they went.
And he gestures towards the exit of the alley that you guys were checking out.
I think they went that way.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Always happy to do my civic duty.
I love this guy.
This man pays his taxes, but I still love him.
Well, Kliff, if you're finished shopping, I suppose we got what we came here for, unless we're missing something.
Yes, a new flower for my vase.
I'm sure we can find a florist on the way.
It is a very nice vase.
Thank you.
Truly is, thank you. Now,
Says just like 5
We shall
gold
be
is like a
off.
week of groceries. Why did we buy a vase?
Yeah, gold piece is approximately worth about $100.
nice being the rich kid. But yeah, Kliff basically did that to try, because when you buy something from someone, they tend to be a bit more open with you.
Oh yeah,
about
no, I
things.
figured that. But says is just like very confusingly staring at the vase. That's all I'm saying. So.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like. Shall we be off? Do we just want to look at the general direction of where the alley went, or do we actually want to go to Cleotrixia's house or to the public revel location?
I mean, the exit of the alleyway goes into the roads, right into the streets. I feel like any clues we could get, like footprints, would have been stomped over. Maybe revelry first, so we could ask some questions and then compare that to what we hear from that Trixia lady.
Where was the revelry? Do we know?
It's in the direction of Cryotrixia's home.
Okay.
Okay, so it's on the way.
As you guys leave, the mole shifter will wave his claw at you all and go,
I hope you all have a very blessed day.
Same to you, friend.
okay. Yeah, and with that he goes back to reading his book.
Well, at least we know there's more than one attacker, and there may be a bigger person behind it. Maybe someone leading the group?
What I'm a little concerned about is the fact that this fellow here reported this incident to the authorities, and we who are working for the authorities did not hear of this incident.
Maybe they just dismissed him.
To be clear, you guys remember Captain Venomspite is the head of the guards for Greywall, and she's the one who wants to bust into the International Enclave to find these kids, while you guys are working for House Thrashk, who was carrying out this investigation on behalf of the humanoid population of the International Enclave. So that's the two sets of people who are potentially looking into this, and you have the information from House Thrashk.
Yes,
Understood. Okay.
You would assume she would probably want to help them, but based on what you're gathering from the rapport that she has with the International Enclave, she might not have given that information over.
Probably ain't the biggest fan of the Silver Flame neither.
Mhm.
Listen, before we go pointing fingers, this is probably something that's bigger, way over our heads. Let's just find the missing people, get paid, and get out before any of that political strife happens. That sound good? That sound good? Looks at like Paige, looks at the party pretty much as like, let's not poke the sleeping bear, or at least not get the two angry bears to look in our general direction.
Mhm. She's nodding her head like furiously. Yes, yes.
Sounds like a good start, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So you guys head to the square where the revelry happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keeping a close eye on people's shoes.
Real sus.
Real
Looking
sus.
out for 6'3" people wearing metal shoes.
Yes,
Yep.
that is. We have some sort of a profile, so that is what I'm lasering in on.
All right. So it's about from where you guys are. It's about 20 minutes to get to the square. It is a open like town square kind of setup. This is a nicer area of town. There are a lot of like small shops around it. There's a kind of there are some, you would say, some leftover decorations probably from the revelry. At this point it was 6 days ago, or yeah, 6 days ago, so this is like very much stuff that just people just didn't bother taking down at this point. But yeah, you are in the vicinity. You wish to start doing things?
Did the police report include an exact location where this? This is Sif speaking. Hold on. Did it include an exact location? Like it was in front of X store, or was it just general area? Okay.
So the police report indicated that her mother was near. There was a stage set up here at one point, where the head priestess of the Dark Six for Greywall was leading the revelry. And she was up there. The daughter got separated from her, and disappeared. She was under supervision of Lady Cryotrixia's house guards, but they, in the press of people and the ecstatic revelry that was going on, they lost sight of her, and then she was gone.
This will be hard to find any clues. If there was heavy foot traffic, we couldn't really find anything subtle. I'm not quite sure what to be looking for.
Well, it's not always about what you see. Maybe we could ask them if they saw something. I mean, the fancy kid belongs to a fancy person. I mean, that fancy kid was probably dressed up, and people might have noticed, you know?
Probably one of the storekeeps. I'm sure they had some sort of display going on. They were watching and also working at the same time. Is there anything near, like, shops nearby?
Yeah.
Or
there are a smattering of shops. One of them of note is there is a butcher shop slash artisanal deli called Crothax. It literally says Crothax Butchery and Delery in very like kind of scrabbled letters. Does anybody speak Draconic?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
no.
Yeah, so the letters are very just jaggedy and edgy and stuff, but it's a nice enough looking storefront anyway. And there's a bakery. There is a porter organizer, and finally there is a small art gallery, like art studio, more like it. So those are the various shops in this area.
And the stage has been moved away by this point, right? Or
Yeah,
is it
the
still
stage
on?
is gone. There still are some stuff around, but the main stage itself is gone.
Are there any festival workers? Or the Brooklyn comes out of me. I can't control it.
You could take the SIP out of New York, but you can't take the New York out of the SIP.
Yeah, but are there any festival workers around? Like any people actively taking down decorations, or is it more like a local thing?
Not anymore. It's been 6 days.
They just leave this shit up?
Well, like, it's not like there's a lot of stuff, but there is, like, some stuff that just didn't get... You think after the disappearance, it kind of got shut down as a crime scene, and then nobody, like, bothered to remove it afterwards, because who knows, but they didn't take it down after that.
Gotcha. Oh. Okay,
I suppose we could maybe divide and conquer, ask each of the shopkeepers if anyone saw anything.
That sounds like a good idea. Like head steaming from trying to come up with ideas. Like that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, but considering how many days it's been, I'm not sure all the facts will be accurate at this point. But
Well, if we get a bunch of different stories, we can see if there are any similarities between the stories that are told.
Paint a picture based on different perspectives of the event.
Mhm.
Okay.
Worth a
Yeah.
try.
Absolutely.
So, how do you want to go about doing this?
Do we
Well,
want to separate, or do we want to
split the
do...
party?
Split the party.
splitting the party always goes well.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It's not one of us is gonna run into that crazy fox mage over here, yeah?
I want to pat Sess on the shoulder and be like, I'm sure you'll get this right. As I cast guidance on them.
I won't mess this up. I won't start a fight. I think we should go into stores that are best suited for us too, because like if I go to a bookstore, I probably can't ask anything. But that butcher's place looked. I'm not just saying that because I'm hungry, by the way. But that butchery place looked kind of good for me.
Good choice. Go ahead and go. My guidance only lasts so long.
Yeah, says Amelia just turns around and walks away before stopping, turning back on the body. Y'all want anything? Roasted meats, snacks?
Questions.
Yes, I asked one.
No, darling. Go get some answers to questions.
You're doing great, Sess. It's okay.
Meet back here within the hour, okay?
Yeah. And she turns
Alright.
around and walks up.
Okay, so Sass is going to the butcher/deli. Where does Paige want to go?
You mentioned a bakery?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll cover that area then.
Okay. Jubilee.
There was an art gallery and what else?
Like a porter's guild kind of thing.
What is a porter?
The people move stuff, basically.
Yeah, I'll do the Porters Guild.
Okay. So you
I
get
guess that leaves
the
the art gallery for
you
me.
get the art studio. Okay, so we will start off with La Bakerie. As you enter the bakery, you are confronted with the overwhelming and delicious smell of fresh baked bread. And you see that wearing a little baker's outfit, kind of putting out another plate, or I don't know, like pallet of of breads. There is a very tall green dragonborn wearing a little baker outfit. His tail is swishing quite happily as they are kind of whistling and putting down this big old set of bread.
Oh man, Paige is trying to not let her tail swish so much in excitement walking in. Her eyes are kind of darting around, looking at everything, but she focuses. Excuse me. Hello?
Ah, hello, miss. Welcome.
Oh, yes, welcome. You have a wonderful shop here.
Oh, thank you, miss.
Eh,
Pleasure
if-
to have you. What would you like?
Um, I would like something, definitely. But, first, do you have some time to answer some questions for me?
Oh, do you want help selecting your bread?
Oh, everything does look very nice.
I recommend the croissants, or perhaps the baguettes. Fresh baked.
I don't think those all sound very, very wonderful. Thank you. I will absolutely, yes, I will get some. But questions maybe first?
Oh, I thought that was the question.
Oh, I'm sorry for the miscommunication. It's actually about the festival that happened recently and kidnapping that happened.
Oh, yes, great tragedy.
It certainly was. Were you here during that time? Did you see anything happen?
I had a small cart at the festival itself, but I did not see anything besides the festivities happening.
Oh, was there any sort of commotion during it? Did you notice anyone running away or something out of the ordinary?
He looks at you, kind of cocks his head to the side, kind of like an alligator would, where it's like, doesn't, just kind of moves his head to the side. He's got one eye looking at you, kind of like a wall-eyed pike, and looks you up and down, sees your house Thrashk shield badge. He goes,
You are not from around here. You must not understand how these happen. There is lots of commotion when they occur, but I did not see anything of note until after the disappearance had been registered and the ladies' guards began clearing everything.
I see. But that's okay. I appreciate the information. But one more thing. Did you see someone wearing metal boots or really, really tall? About 6'3"?
He kind of blinks a couple times, that like sideways reptile blink. And he goes, there were presumably lots of guards wearing metal boots. Fairly tall. The lady uses a pack of gnolls. Gnolls are tall. She is also very tall.
You also are quite tall. Not, but I don't think you're the kidnapper, if that's what you think. Okay, yes, thank you so much for answering my questions. The bread, I will, oh gosh, my money is with my sister, so I will,
Wow.
return later. Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Looks very confused at the question and dash of this kitty. So you bail out after implying that he was the kidnapper and not buying any bread. But yeah, that's what you learn from the baker. Damn it, I missed a chance here. I could have had it be a candlestick maker as one of the other shops. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Fuck! Alright, we will jump over to Kliff at the art studio.
Hello. What do I see as I walk in?
As you walk into the art studio, you actually will be seeing none other than a... Sorry, 1 second. Looking at something. You see a Minotaur. God, that Dragonborn voice took it out of me.
No.
It's a real scratchy voice to do. But you see a big Minotaur lady. She's not like presumably a full-sized Minotaur. She's probably more of what we consider probably a player character Minotaur to be. She's about 6.5 feet tall. And she is sitting there, and she is currently just writing with a pencil on a piece of paper, perhaps doodling or something. The artwork here is a lot of pastorals, as well as a fair amount of almost what is that called? God damn it! It's not dolly. You know that picture of like the infinite staircase? It's like three-dimensional, playing with perspective.
I don't know the name of it, but I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like that, but so it's very kind of abstract designs as well that are all based on optical illusions. And so those are like the two big themes of artwork you see.
So many wonderful pieces in here. Tell me, did you paint them all?
Oh, somebody who's been enjoying my work. Pleasure to see you. As she stands up and kind of brushes back her hair. And she is wearing a very nice, like, kind of artsy black turtleneck, and a pair of slacks with her hooves underneath. Yes, Escher. It's an Escher painting. That's what I was thinking of. And then she will come out from behind her desk and look down at you and go, "And how can I help you? Oh, we don't normally see somebody like you here, especially after what happened with the disappearances, but I could see that you're a man of exquisite taste."
Oh my. Someone as pretty and as thought-provoking as the pieces they make.
She blushes cowily.
Now, as it just so happens, I'm here quite curious about the things that happened recently. I figured someone with the eyes of an artist may have caught some things others have not. Won't you lend me your aid with those special eyes of yours, mistress?
Oh, you didn't want to hear about the art.
I would love to take a tour with you anytime as we look through your gallery.
Yes,
But I'm afraid some things take priority.
Well, I don't really know what you expect me to say. I've been out of town. Until recently, I was doing some scenic paintings out in the surrounding areas, so I wasn't here for when many of the disappearances occurred.
You went around here or anywhere near here?
No, I was outside of Grey Wall. I have a small cottage out in the wilderness that I usually like to go to reflect on my pastorals.
Do I believe her?
You can make an insight check.
Alright. Boop. That's a 4.
Yep, she is. Definitely sounds like she is being authentic and telling the truth.
Oh, that is such a shame. If anything, it might have made a nice piece. Just thinking about a large, fully armored man, usually a depiction that you would see rescuing a young damsel, instead taking one away. Anyhow, I appreciate
shrugs.
any help you may have given. Perhaps
Well-
another time when I drop by, you could show me your art gallery and fuller extent. Perhaps a closer look in the back room?
Indeed. She definitely seems a little colder now. She goes, "Indeed, if you ever find yourself back here." And she goes back behind her desk and continues doodling.
Shame.
Okay. With that, we will go over to our trusty Jubilee.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, Jubilee. As you enter the porters, the Porters Guild, the Porters Brotherhood, the Dromish International Brotherhood of Porters. You get in there. It is there's a lot of just papers around, various moving equipment, and you see that there is a sorry, my throat. There is a centaur who is not behind a desk. He is standing there at probably what is best described as a stall, with like a folding desk that goes in front of it, and there is it is a centaur female, and she is wearing what is probably like a barding dress, and her hair is very short cut, like a bob, and it is bright blonde, like fresh cut straw, and she is wearing a little pair of glasses as she is writing on some notes and looks up and goes, "Oh, well, welcome to the Dromish International Brotherhood of Porters. How can I be of assistance?"
Hi there, good afternoon. My name is Jubilee Ravamont, and I'm working with the authorities. I have a couple questions regarding an incident that happened earlier this week, if you don't mind me, asking around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Anything we can do.
Fabulous. So, first of all, I'm sorry. What is your name? It's rude of me to be asking questions without having proper introductions.
Oh, it's Tosa.
Tosa, delighted. Now, Tosa, are you usually up here, up front, keeping an eye on everything?
Oh, yes, unless there's like a really busy day. I usually am involved more in the administrative capacity at this point. I started off as a brother like everyone else, but I've been here a bit, so I've worked my way up to more of a managerial position.
I see, that's very good. So, there was, the festival that was going on, and I'm sure you heard all about it with the disappearance of the young one. Did you happen to see anything that night? I mean, with your line of work, y'all see a lot of things going in and out of this town, so to speak, so there's eyes in every which way direction. Anything unusual that night or the following day?
Anything unusual? Well, aside from the disappearance itself, I wasn't at the festival itself. I was involved in moving some of the festival supplies and then making sure that things were getting ferried properly to ensure that everybody was in charge of, or everybody was receiving all the proper libations and snacks and other delicious things that come with a glorious day that the Dark Six has given us. But I did hear that, there was that big that little Lamia girl got taken. It was a real shame. I heard she was just going to get some candy or some kind of sweet. I think over by at the time, the stands, and she pushes up her little folding desk thing and clops out. And her hooves are very shiny, and they appear to be immaculately painted in various kinds of designs, like lots of vine work and wheels and everything have been painted on her hooves. As she then clops into in front of you, looks down and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go check something in the back. I just want to make sure our records reflect who had been in charge of moving what that day."
Of course, take your time. And I'm going to do a quick little insight check to see if she's just being evasive.
Okay. 19.
That's a 19.
No, she appears to be being genuine, trying to help you.
Okay.
And she goes clopping to the back. You hear her speak to some people in Goblin, and she comes out with a notepad, and she goes, "Yep. According to this, the way that we had set up everything for the festival, there was a series of confectionery stands over by I believe the butcher's shop location."
I see. And who was running these stands, do you know?
We have it indicated as there appeared to be, it was actually some of the local Fae had come over. It was there was a particularly an Eladrin known as Orchid, which had come over and was in charge of those particular things.
I see. Thank you. Have you worked with these individuals before?
I've seen Orchid a few times. She doesn't really leave the grove very often, but you know, she is one of the primary go-betweens for the Fae community. Many of the Fae here are. It's hard for people to understand or relate to them. So when we have an Eladrin, they tend to kind of do that kind of diplomatic in between to the rest of us and the eccentric folk that reside in the wilds. But she's very nice, and so I think that she was bringing things as a gift from one of the daughters. So I don't really know anything else besides that.
All right, thank you. Any place I might be able to find this Orchid, just so I can ask her some things if she saw anything as well?
She's usually dealing with the governor at the mansion. She's actually, while she does spend a lot of time here, she is kind of an envoy of the daughter. So she spends a lot of time traveling throughout the rest of Drome. But she made a scene to be sure to come here during the festival. I hear that the High Priestess had specifically requested to have her present.
The High Priestess of... I'm sorry, you'll have to jog my memory on that.
Hecate. She is she's the High Priestess of the Six.
Thank you very much. Now, I do thank you for your time. I believe that's all the questions that I have.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful.
Oh, no, darling, you were very helpful. You have given me a new insight to this incident, so I do thank you.
Oh, well, then I hope that you're able to find those kids, and you know, may the Six bless your passage.
Thank you. And she'll give a little nod before exiting.
Okay. And now we come to Cess. Cess the best. You enter the butcher shop. Your nose is assailed with all manner of smoking meats and spices. And there is a lizard folk that is currently flensing a body at a counter. And he's got one of those little like aprons and like one of the little white butcher shop hats on. And the apron. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, this place also doubles as a deli, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah. There is a counter as well in front of the table, and there are a couple like small tables set up in the shop, and lots of meat and sausages and stuff hanging.
Don't forget you have guidance.
Yeah, I remember. That's an extra.
D4.
Guidance is a D4. Yeah. Okay. Sass is gonna walk up to the counter. The lizard folk is the only employee there, and he's like chopping something up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that thing you do at delis where like there's only one person manning the deli and they're like doing something, but you're just gonna stand awkwardly at the counter and just like stare at them until they come over. Sessa walks up and sort of like the lizard folk looked up to see Sez, right? Like
it does not appear that they've looked up yet. They're busy chopping away and peeling off skin and bloodletting this looks to be some kind of deer. And they will continue to do this for a few minutes.
There a bell or anything?
There is in fact a bell.
I'm gonna pop it and look at him.
He takes like 5 more chops before he digs the flensing blade into the table, and then he turns in a kind of a slow reptilian way, does the side blink like the Dragonborn.
Yes, how can I help you?
Hey there, you sell a bag of jerky chips? Do you make those here?
We make all kinds of things.
So do you have the one thing in particular that I asked about?
Yes.
How much for like a 2 bag? Yeah, 2 bags of snacks would be nice. Yeah. How much? How much?
10 silver.
10 silver. 10 silver. Okay. Okay. You did this. You did this with Paige. All right. What is the conversion rate of silver to gold? It's 10 silver, 1 gold. Yeah. In my head.
Yes.
I hand 1 gold. I put 1 gold piece on the counter, and I take 2 bags of the jerky chips, and I put 1 in the satchel for the group later, and then like says sort of just like pops open a satchel, and then just like starts eating chips while staring at this lizard folk, and goes, "So my name's Cess. What's your name?"
I forgot to write down the name I made for the shop.
You're good. Just a bit more flavor text. You guys know that like one GIF or clip of the guy breaking into Zoom calls, eating chips very loudly? That is Cess right now asking questions while watching food.
You were asking about the name of the butchery?
Yeah, the name of the butchery.
You said it was named with Colfax.
Colfax. There we go. I'm like, I forgot to write it down, so
Note takers, me! I got it!
Good job. You get inspiration, Paige.
Colfax. Got it.
Colfax.
Oh, sick. That's a cool name. I've never really seen like people like you in my hometown. It's pretty cool. I got some questions I want to ask you, but you seem busy, so you want to work while I ask you questions?
Fine.
It goes back to digging the blade out of the table and going back to flincing.
Alright, so during the festival that happened a few days ago, did you notice anything unusual? I'm here asking about the kidnapping. Probably heard of it.
Yes, I was there.
Did you see anything unusual? Did you see like an extra fancy looking hoppy kid running around? Or not hoppy, excuse me. The snake one, Lamia. That's.
Yes, I saw the Lamia, Lady Cryotrixia and Cleotrixia.
Did you wouldn't happen to have seen anything that could help someone find the kid, would you?
I did not see anything but.
But oh, I like a but. What's up with this?
Do you speak Draconic?
I don't think anyone in my group of investigators speak Draconic. Is it do you speak Dwarvish or anything? Is it something that you don't feel comfortable saying in common?
He makes a kind of a gurgling sound
And goes, fine, I'll translate.
and you hear him shout something in Draconic. He goes,
Kraska Kikor Linda!
and you see coming from the back room, you see 2 little kobold heads pop around a corner.
Korind Kore Tatakona Tedo Shika.
And the kobolds go, and they come scampering in with their own little aprons on.
These were attending the stands for meat at the festival.
Well, thank you for offering to translate. Do you mind asking them if they saw anything unusual? Did they see the Lamia herself? Did they see anyone grab her? This also sounds weird, but did they see any tall gentleman or gentlewoman with steel boots?
Shikangura Tito Batu Kasunta Ti.
Tinta Shata Pico Norcagonde. Orkika Shavara. He turns and looks back at you and goes,
They said they saw 5, 6 people wearing masks, various symbols of the gods. They were near the girl. Then, when something happened, one mask was knocked away. Korito katinto pashkor. Korita pati sharvarando kasku. And there was a man, half orc, 3 claw marks across his face.
Noted. Did you Says looks around. There's no one else in the deli, right?
No, this is 2 kobolds, the lizard folk, and you.
You didn't happen to tell Venom Spite what you saw, right? The captain in Greywall.
I did not. I only found out now. I just know the assistants were attending matters. So if they knew, they would know.
Well, thank you for being forthright. If you could express that thanks to them as well. Yes. Just a fair note of warning. So I'm with House Thrash. Can I flash the?
I can tell.
I'm not. Thank you. To be honest, I'm like a third-party contractor, whatever my sis described it as. I'm only interested in finding the kid. This doesn't have to be a big rumor. This isn't a big thing, but there may be something bigger going on, and you may want you and your little assistants to keep that bit of intel to yourselves. I don't want you guys getting hurt for trying to do the right thing. Okay?
So noted.
Speaking of Venom Spite, did you ever interact with her? Did you
Not directly. Everyone knows her. She is.
And you see the kobolds start chittering and scamper back into the back room.
She is very important. She was at the festival, but I do not talk to Venom Spite.
any particular reason why? She just off-putting?
I am but butcher and deli owner. She is very important. Voice of the governor.
At this point, Sis is like a chair pulled up to the counter and just talking with her, like crossed. Well, listen, I don't know about the whole like governor thing. I don't know if you can tell I ain't one of them politic types, but you know, you do good work. This jerky, she thinks, this is good. This makes you important in my eyes. I mean, like for all you know, Venom Spike could be a fan of your meat. He just eats another chip. Like, yeah, I don't see you as any less important. But fact of the matter is, you know, just be careful around it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, and real quick, and she takes out 2 more gold pieces, puts on the table. 3 more gold pieces, puts on the table. One of these for each of you because you're being a lot helpful right now.
He goes over and puts his big, blood-covered claw on the gold pieces. Like, as you're putting them down, puts it over your hand and looks you, like, pushes his head forward to look you with his crest risen, looks you in the eyes and goes,
So noted. Take care of yourself. Sounds like you are out of your depth.
It's okay. I've been good at fighting at places outside of my depth. I'll be fine, and I'll make sure the others are fine too. Just look out for yourself, okay?
He makes a kind of a raptor-like clicking sound as he kind of pulls his hand back and gets back to his carcass.
One more thing. Your kobolds, could they draw out those symbols they saw? I forgot to ask that earlier amidst the whole complimenting your food thing.
They are the symbols of the Dark Six. You can find them anywhere.
Just making sure, because you said gods earlier, and there's a lot of those. But yeah, thank you. Noted. Dark Six. Wait. This out of character. This was also a festival about the Dark Six, right?
Yes.
I noted. All right, perfect. All right. Says is gonna walk towards the exit with her 2 bags of jerky chips, muttering to herself the information so she doesn't forget. Okay. The group 6 people. Yeah. That's her walking out.
Okay. And with that, all of you arrive back in the town square.
Well, I got a load of bull. What about all of you?
That was
Well-
very nerve-wracking.
I actually think I might have stumbled upon a good piece of information.
Oh?
Cess, what about you?
Cess is just like mid-munch of chips. Like, I got a bag of chips for y'all if you want. Oh, and I got some information, but I probably shouldn't. We should find someone more private to say it, because it's let's just say I had to tell the person who told me not to tell anyone for lieu of their own safety.
That sounds like you got some good information. Yeah, let's find a quiet spot.
Mm-mm.
You know what's quiet and safe? The alley.
The one with the
it's
peephole in it?
Oh wait. I mean, I don't think it's the
A
tavern.
different
it's
one, a
safe.
different one.
Yeah, let's go to it. You know what? We could go back to the inn. We could. I'm sure. Well, the tavern's closed, and I thought he'd be. He'd give us a safe spot, but yeah, I guess he is injured. Kliff, you got any fancy ideas? The rich types go to sneaky places all the time, right?
Yes, but they own those.
Do we want to go back to the inn for now, or
Well,
we were gonna go to Trixie's house anyways? Yeah.
Right. We can just find a quiet corner over here. And maybe we can get some bread on the way. I tried to get some, but yeah.
Oh, you want? I mean, yeah. You guys want bread?
Well, no. This is a lot more important.
Listen. My brain. This is important to me. My brain is running on full gaskets right now. I need my cobs. And she's like she's finished eating the first bag of chips. She's about to open the second one before remembering. Oh wait, this is for you guys. Here you go.
It looked pretty expensive, so I didn't really want to.
Nah, I want bread. Come on. You know what? Let's get some bread. Come on. Kliff, Jubilee, you okay with that, or should we get this information done first?
oh no, by all means.
Whatever you wish.
And so the party is going to go get bread.
Yep.
Okay. You I'm glad somebody giggled at that. So you arrive back at the bakery. The Dragonborn is there. I'm not going to duplicate his voice again. This is very hard after I did the lizard folk. And so he sees all of you return, sees the fact that there are 2 cats now, and thinks maybe there is some validity to you actually storing the money with the spiky cat.
All right. Is this one of those bread places where you can pile bread into a basket, like different kinds of bread, and then put up front and pay for all of it at once?
Sure.
All right. Says grabs a basket, hands it to Paige, and looks at Jubilee and Kliff as well, and goes, "All right, put whatever bread you want in there, and then I'll pick what's left over." She says, picking her teeth.
There
Alright.
is lots of delicious bread. There is also some cookies and muffins,
Oh.
some cupcakes.
The shopkeeper. She's gonna kind of not go in fully because she's really embarrassed about how she left the situation.
So I don't know, but Says kind of can already tell what happened based on how Paige is acting, and isn't gonna say anything, but goes up to the shopkeeper to strike up conversation that we don't have to roleplay, Obs, because I know your voice is but it's the same old your food looks good, I'll be paying for what they're getting, just hold on, stuff like that.
Yeah, once you demonstrate that you can pay for things and start amassing treats, the shopkeeper is very amenable to you. Although he does seem a little wary of Paige after she implied that he was somehow involved.
Jubilee's just going to hang back and look at Paige, be like, "Darling, how did your conversation go?" And she's just talking real quiet and definitely picking up that something is off.
I believe he may have assumed that I insinuated that he may have been the kidnapper, which was not my intention at all. It just kind of came out that way.
So this is pity bread we're buying.
Oh, so that's why you wanted bread.
do feel really bad about it.
Well, I think in that case it'd be good to perhaps apologize.
That
Do you want to give him this vase? And I hold out the vase I bought.
No.
The bougie vase.
It all comes
That's
full
okay.
circle.
I don't even want to touch that. What if I break it? It was so expensive. So, I'll go and apologize.
He could put baguettes in it.
Is that
Singular
what you guys-
baguette in a vase.
Is that what you do? Is that what rich people do? They put bread in vases?
Don't listen to him.
It's a vase. You can put anything in it, and it's doing its purpose.
Mm.
Don't listen to him. You go apologize.
Okay, but if I need the vase, I'll get it as a backup.
Go ahead and hand it to her just in case.
Never forget your backup vase.
Yep. This is my emergency vase.
But do not break in case of an emergency.
Right. She's holding up against her chest and walking in. I'm really sorry. I'm getting the bread now.
I can see that.
Do you like vase? Do you like vases?
He looks at you very confused. Yes?
She looks at Kliff like, do I?
I kind of like wave my hands like, go, you can do it.
Jubilee's just rubbing her forehead.
Just standing there staring at her sister with like that empty stare.
All right, you get.
Yeah, I heard that you could put very good bread in here. Here you go. Here's your bread vase. She'll put it on the counter.
He picks up this like rose vase and looks incredibly confused. Goes.
It's like Dragon Age rules. You give someone a gift and they automatically get +10 affinity.
Are you sure you want to give me this vase, miss?
It's an apology for leaving as I did and insinuating something that I had no intention of. Truly, I'm sorry. You could probably put several bread rolls in here.
Fucking doubling down.
Bread vase, bread vase, bread vase.
Okay, thank you, miss. I will find a use for it. And he goes and kind of puts it behind a counter.
That was worth $500.
As he sees you continue to look at him, he like slowly takes the vase back from behind the counter because he feels awkward, and you see him like put some rolls in it.
Wait, y'all actually put bread in vases?
No, we don't.
The Dragonborn looks at you, Sess, and goes, I don't know.
Well, now you do. Anyways, y'all got the bread?
Yep.
Sweet bread, raisin bread, chocolate cornettes. I think that's what these are called. How much would a basket of like bread snacks be?
1 gold.
I hand him 1 gold.
He takes it.
It's very expensive for bread.
Yeah.
It's a basket of fancy sweet bread, to be fair.
All of this, all of these ancillary costs are meaningless since you'll get reimbursed. So yeah, he takes your money, gives you this massive assortment of bread, and looks at Paige and does a big toothy awkward smile as he holds up his vase full of rolls, and you guys can leave.
Let's go find somewhere nice and quiet to talk about all this information we got.
Jubilee is just gonna pat Paige's back on the way out and just be like, that was real nice.
Kliff just has a big smile on his face, like, that made my day.
Do you feel better now that you've apologized?
She had to BRB.
Oh, okay.
Having a kitty incident.
Oh no!
I'm assuming you three would be talking about this more in private, because like Sez didn't know at the start, and you guys probably wouldn't want to tell Sez about Paige. So Sez is absentmindedly now eating bread while we walk.
It's very good bread.
Definitely 1 gold bread.
Yep. The finest 1 gold bread you could have bought from a dragonborn baker.
Alright, so, Obs,
Yeah.
we have found a nice quiet locale to discuss this on the way to Trixie's house.
Sure.
And now I have to remove a rose-themed vase from my inventory.
Oh man, the redemption
The police
arc.
department going to reimburse a $500 bread vase?
Yeah. That one, probably not.
Write that off
was
as
very-
a expense?
Yeah,
It was
you
very
can file your
critical
expense
to win
report.
Hold on, says out of character, well listen, we do this thing to help with our taxes. What you do here is you say the vase was, you gave 500 gold of vase to bread, so it's 500 gold for bread, so they gotta reimburse us for that. Because, we gotta eat
It was
to live.
critical for winning over a key witness.
Exactly, you just lie about your taxes, kids.
It's not a line if it's true.
Exactly.
Alright, so... Sez, you said you found something that was important enough that you told them not to tell anyone else?
Yeah, so, looks around, like, I'm assuming we're at, like, a nice quiet park or whatever,
Yeah.
munching bread and just looking at him. So, they mentioned, I'm not gonna say who, for sake of protecting their identities, anonymous tips from anonymous people. Ignore the fact
Anonymous
that I walked to the
butchers, yeah,
butchers.
got it, yeah, mm-hmm.
Apparently the child was surrounded, there were 6 different people near this child, which matches up with what the mole boy told us. These 6 people wore masks with the symbols of the Dark Six gods. During the revelry, there was some commotion, and one of them had the masks knocked off. It was a half-orc man. She gets real quiet now. Half-orc man. 3 claw marks right across his face. And I'm thinking maybe that could be from the Harpy, because she fought back. And skies like that don't heal right away. And half-orc man ain't so far from, assuming this is a racially charged group, won't be too far from Venom's spite neither.
Interesting.
Do we know? Sorry, I kind of tuned out at the beginning there. Did you say you knew where this half-orc was from, or
No, I only
just
made
that it was a
these-
half-orc?
Just that it was a half-orc, but they got 3 claw marks across their face. With the
Yeah,
mask
from the,
falling off, assuming they've been smart enough to kidnap 3 people, chances are they're smart enough to keep that man at least hidden. That scar's a big tell.
Interesting, so from the inside, potentially.
Like I said, I'm not too keen on starting something with the law enforcement here.
So what you're saying is it's a possibility that the reason they want to storm the city to look for these children is not because they want to look for the children, but because they just don't like it here.
Oh, I figured we were working under that conspiracy. Yeah, no, it's possible. We don't have all the evidence yet, but there's now a new motive of faking the crime as an excuse to commit an actual, more dangerous crime without it being the crime. Did I word good there?
Yes.
Okay, good. Jubilee, you said you had information too?
I got a name.
A
So,
name?
Yeah, you do. It's Jubilee, right?
Got him.
Cute, real cute. So, this girl, just before she went missing, was out looking for sweets, and She went to a particular vendor, a particular fae vendor by the name of Orchid, who is I guess, a sort of envoy of sorts. Specially requested to be there by the High Priestess.
When you say be there, did you mean like the location in particular where her stand was, or just at the event?
I think just at the event.
But she spoke to the young lady before she was taken away.
We can assume, yes.
So therefore she is a key witness. We need to go talk to her.
I agree.
Something about this smells even dirtier. I mean, think about it back from that conspiracy angle. It's not like, because the one thing holding them back is they wouldn't want these kids to get killed, right? I mean, like, what kind of crazy people would want to kill kids for harming other people? But
Hold on,
assuming,
are you saying that the candy she gave the girl was drugged and put her to sleep or some shit?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chime in. The centaur said that she was going to that stand. She didn't say she made it to the stand or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if she did make it, we
Yeah.
want to talk to that person.
Yeah.
She would have at least seen 6 masked figures. Especially now we have more details with these suspects, we can definitely do that. Anyways, thanks God. But I love
This voice of clarity in my head. It's so helpful.
Oh God, thank you. Lord knows we'd fuck up by now. So, the thing is, right? If we assume, like, worst case Orchid's included, there's a chance those kids are being taken care of, right? Like, let's say you were in their shoes, right? And unfortunately, you thought to yourself, maybe some kids have to die for a greater cause. God forbid. Maybe this Orchid chick, she's from the Grove, right? Maybe she'd have magics to take care of them. I don't know. I'm just saying, if we're going to talk to Orchid, maybe we shouldn't zero out the possibility of her being included in this mess.
Well, I definitely think she could be included, because if you recall, the Dryads, they said that their forest was burned down by something akin to Fey-like magic.
You're
They
right.
said something was moving through the forest with fey magic.
Mhm.
What burned down the forest was
Something else.
holy magic.
Holy magic, that's right.
Mhm.
But if
not
we
the
assume a group of
6.
6 people, it's possible. I mean, like, one could have moved with Fey magic, and the person they were carrying could have used divine magic.
We know one person is at least a half-orc. Do we know who any of the other masked people might be? Perhaps an elf could be on there. They are originally from the Fae, are they not?
I suppose.
The baker.
We don't want to be presumptuous, though.
The baker mentioned Knowles being tall and
Knowles. Huh.
Gnolls aren't Fae, are they?
No,
That's got a
no,
character.
they're big hyena people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You saw a bunch of them when you were getting off the train. They were shepherding a bunch of animals.
Okay, let's do it like this, right? Let's work on the quick idea. There were 6 people wearing masks, and there are 6 of the Dark 6. It's in the name, right? I'm trying to remember, because there's only so much I can do without rolling religion, without assuming my player knows and stuff. But there is a member of the Dark 6 to represent the Nature's Wrath. I mean, if we want to narrow it down our subjects even further based on what people we see, maybe we could. Is there any of the Dark 6 that would have magic akin to the Silver Flame or Fey-esque magic? Would the nature one know how to do Fey magic? Would followers of that know how to do Fey magic?
Potentially.
No, gotcha.
Probably one of the closest for sheer shiftiness would probably be the Traveler, which is the god of basically deception and trickery, and is also the patron god of shifters and changelings who actually adhere to the Dark 6.
I might be overthinking it a bit too much. I do have the tinfoil hat on right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just go see Trixia and I don't know.
Remember, as you said, let's find the kids and get paid. Anything else will come afterwards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'd just be easy if we knew who one of them was, so we could just break into the house, ask a few questions, get out, then get out of town if we save the kids, make new identities. I'm overthinking it again. I'm sorry.
Wait.
My brain has been firing so
Well, if you
many
think that it's
cylinders.
It's okay, Sus. It's okay.
She's not used to thinking this hard.
I know.
Well, if we
please.
think it's the people who are part of the mask are part of the what's the name? Because I'm tired of just calling them the guards. I know they have an actual name, but the people who want to come into the city and look for the kids.
The house
Oh,
of Fun, yeah?
They're literally the
No.
Grey Wall Guards. They're the
The Grey Wall Guards. Okay.
yeah, under Captain
If we really
Featherstone.
want to, we could go to the Grey Wall Guards and look around a bit. If we find no other clues here.
True. We'll save that as more of a last resort, because I don't think
Generic
they
guard
might
don't
not
expect-
want a collaboration with our benefactors.
Then we best
Please
hide our
give them
badges.
a vase as a peace offering. That seems to work.
Thank you, Paige. Give him another vase.
Jubilee's gonna pat her back again and be like, "You're right, darling. You're right."
Hmm.
All right, so where do you want to head now?
I believe to the mother's house. The mother of Cleotrixia.
Yes, Cryotrixia.
Or did we want to go to the candy shop owner? The person that was at the stand that you mentioned that could have talked to her.
I don't think it needs to go in a particular order. Either way, I'd be very curious to know what both of these individuals have to say.
I feel like your lead has more potential for answers, so let's go to yours first.
Okay.
Wait, should we don't go to the Ma's house first?
I feel like if she had anything to add, she would have told the gods.
But the god didn't tell us everything, now did they?
Well, they told everything that they know. We haven't talked to the guard
I'm
here.
referring back to the. Oh, I mean,
No, but she was on the report of the Seekers, so I'm sure they told the Seekers as much as they knew.
I mean, more so what I was suggesting was, you know how the mole didn't, he told Venom Spite things, and Venom Spite didn't tell us that. I'm just saying, hiding information from us that could have happened again. I know it's a pain having to double check sources, is all I'm saying.
I think we can go talk to her after we talk about this other hot lead that we have.
I think
Gotcha.
It might be best to get information from an objective source first before someone who is personally affected by it. Maybe. Especially if we are thinking her guard may have had something to do with this.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Following along now.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
No, I think it's good. I think it's a good plan.
Yeah, that objective thing you said, real good. I don't think about that, but yeah.
So, where do you intend to find Orchid?
Well, I was told that she can be found at the governor's house? Is that what you said?
Yes, that was one of the places I indicated.
Is that what physical proximity is that to our current location?
From where you guys are, you're probably about 10 minutes away from it. You could easily see it as the giant spiked castle at the center of town.
Oh,
Okay.
Surrounded by its own walls.
I wonder if we can get in without an appointment. But this is the lead I got. She can be found as an envoy for the governor. But she kind of goes, back and forth here and there everywhere, so who knows, we may not even catch her. If that's the case, we'll start asking questions of the mother, so.
Okay, so you guys want to head to the mansion?
We will give it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna need to step away for just like 1 minute. I have to go get something, but I will be
He
right
has
back.
to get the whole ass mansion.
So
Quick, it's fun.
entertain the masses while I'm briefly gone.
All right, chat. Tell us your favorite headcanons about our group so far.
Yes, tell us.
Oh
Give
my
us
god.
give us RP material that we don't have to make.
Give us your head cannons. Give us everything.
Yeah, headcanon. Drop the
What do
mansion.
y'all theorize about us?
I get the feeling Kliff might not be presenting himself as he actually is. Just a thought.
Kliff, or
Don't
shall I
yet.
say, not Kliff?
Not Kliff.
Oh, that's so dramatic.
The economy of the town is actually run by exchanging vases.
Everyone wants to kill and eat Kliff? What?
I mean, to be fair,
What?
only human for miles, right? So only
Look,
chance
just
you're gonna
because I'm the
taste 'em.
same color does not mean I taste like cotton candy.
Lore, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for spice. Yeah, come on. Hit us
Come
up with
on,
that
Lily.
spice.
Come on, spice.
Hit us up with that spice, that goodness, that I don't know.
Better question for chat. What are your ships?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to put it right out there, but
Hopefully not Paige and Sis.
No.
Really, sisters, do
No,
not
we're
ship
Yes.
sisters.
I am also back.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. By the way, Obsidian, is there a fan art tag for this campaign? in
No,
general? 'Cause,
I typed that there is not one yet. She can just use the tag of the campaign, which is #Eberron ALW.
Okay. I'm
I
sharing
typed
the
it
fan art
like
in the
below her
server.
message, but
Okay. Apologies. I put the fan art that she made into the D&D server.
Oh,
ooh, I'm
cute.
excited.
It's very cute. It's a very cute.
That's so cute.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh my
Let's
god.
make room on the overlay for fan art.
All right, so that's so adorable. Thank you, Luna. It is amazing. I am going to quickly save it so I can upload it here. Put this in the D&D folder. This might block out the whole picture, just be aware, because I know Luna uses notoriously very large canvases, which we love her for. There we go. There, oh, this one's actually reasonably sized to be able to just toss it on the screen. There you go. That's our artist depiction of little Paige with her friendship face.
So cute.
I love it. I love it so much.
So adorable.
She looks so desperate.
She's really trying. She's really, really trying.
Friend
I'm
face.
sorry for accusing you for child kidnapping. Please
I got
have
you,
this
Luna.
expressive vase.
Well, I appreciate Luna. I can't wait to see the full art. But yes, I hope you all enjoy little Paige with the friendship vase. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out Luna. She is a very good bean and a very good artist.
Very, very good.
Yes, everyone check out Mami Mana. Commission her. I command it!
You too can have your very own friendship vase.
Yeah.
Okay, so with all of that taken into consideration, you guys can go to the governor's mansion if you are so inclined. As you walk up to it, you notice that there is a dead space in front of a probably 20-foot high wall around the governor's mansion, and there is a what's it called? There is a checkpoint with a further set of non-wall like fencing in front of a gate, and there you see about 4 different people of orc, hobgoblin, a warforged, and a lion shifter are all wearing Greywall watch armor with the symbol of it's a tower with what appears to be like an octopus face in front of the tower. And they're all just kind of milling around.
I guess I'll slowly start to approach towards the front gate.
Okay.
I will walk with Kliff.
Gotcha. As you guys walk up, they see you and they kind of move to more attention and they start muttering to each other in Goblin.
Which I understand.
I know. They're just muttering to each other like, oh, look at it. It's the fucking foreigners here. And the
Foreigners who speak your tongue.
They pause for a moment, and the Warforged will walk forward, and you're like, all right, what is it you require?
Oh yes, I am Kliff de Oren. This is my companion here, Jubilee. We seek an audience with the governor and hopefully
Denied.
find...
Anything else?
Now, hold on there. We're here with the authorities. We just have a couple questions regarding a recent incident.
I'm sure that your masters in the international settlement did not tell you this, but nobody sees the governor.
I am
Nobody?
not just anyone. I don't know if you realize this, but I said my last name was de Oren. Nephew of the Grand Holder of the House.
And it
Sure,
is-
they can make a small exception.
And I'm sure that you can be aware that in light of the current security landscape of Greywall, that any meetings with the governor are strictly forbidden under order of Captain Venomspite.
Hmm.
A character. Orphan and the governor the same person? I think.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Are Orphan and the governor the same person or no? Sorry.
No,
No,
they are
no.
not. They work together though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And we're
Orchid
here to
is
see
an
Orchid just to
envoy.
make sure.
Is an envoy of somebody known as Daughters, or some people known as the Daughters. The governor is simply known as the governor, and he runs the
Okay.
town. But nobody's ever seen him, really.
But we came here to talk to the Orchid, right? To Orchid.
Correct.
Yes.
You came to talk to Orchid. That is correct.
Yes, just making sure.
We simply wish to talk to a person who works here, and we hope to introduce ourselves to the governor. If that is not the case, then you can at least allow us to look for the person we came here for. Jubilee?
Yeah, see, we are not actually here to bother the governor, so to speak. But we are looking for someone. I'm sure you know the name. We're looking to speak to Orchid. So if you can just point us in the right direction, we'll get out of your hair real quick.
I'm going to give you a courtesy, and I'm not going to waste our time or yours. Orchid isn't here. She left town days ago.
How many days?
Shortly after the festival.
Insight check.
Yep.
Can I guidance myself on that?
You're gonna cast in front of them?
It's not really... I don't have to, like, wave my hands or anything for that. Guidance is literally just... Oh,
There's
it's
a verbal
and...
and somatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on that.
So you are
I don't have to
waving
wave
your
my-
hands and saying something.
Okay, I thought it was just verbal. Never
Yeah.
mind then. Insight. With a +1 to it.
Yep.
That's a 12.
They appear to be just telling you frankly. Orchid is not here. Orchid left.
Y'all know where she went?
Probably to go back to the Daughters. I don't know. That's above my pay grade.
Do you guys know any more information about Orchid? Any other leads we could follow up on with her?
No.
Do y'all have kids?
As you say this to the Warforged.
Family is family, okay, God? You know, it could be adopted for all I know. Wouldn't hurt checking. Listen, there's some kids, people who are being caught up in something much bigger than they should be, and their lives on the line. I know you're busy with work. I know you very strict orders not to let us talk to the governor. That's not what we're here for. I don't want to make a scene or anything, but we're trying to find these kids before something bad happens to them. If you know anything that could help us, anything about Orchid, anything about the kidnappings.
Trying to help.
The Warforged is about to say something when the Lion Shifter comes up, and he does not look very pleased as he's about 6 feet tall, and he looks down at Cess and just kind of snarls.
We're doing everything we can to find those kids, and at this point, we think that the only place that those kids can be left is in your people's territory. So we are going to get those kids once this timeline is fucking over, and you can best be prepared that we will not leave any stone unturned in your fucking enclave until we find them.
She like digs into her ear and like pulls out some earwax. Did I hear that right? Did you say your people? Did you just say your people? Because I don't know if you noticed, you big pile of fur, but we have ears. We're shifters too. I don't give a damn about this enclave shit. I am just trying to find some goddamn kids before they lose their goddamn lives. All right. So you keep that your people talk to the garbage where it belongs. Because right now there ain't no lines between you and me. You're a person, and I'm a person, and like you, I'm assuming you give a damn about these kids. So maybe cool your jets and let your buddy finish talking.
Paige, her hands on Cessa's shoulder, like slowly backing her away.
The lion starts to growl and begins to roar when the orc and the hobgoblin go up, and they kind of also put their hands on his shoulders and kind of pull him back.
I feel like you would have mentioned it, but I gotta ask because you said 3 gashes across the face.
No, I would have 100% told you if that.
Yeah,
if that
I
was the
figured you
case.
would have, but I had
This
to
is
ask
a
anyway.
this is a full-blooded orc.
Okay.
He's a big fucking dude. And so they pull the lion back, and the Warforged goes, all right, enough with the pissing contest. We've made ourselves clear. We're trying to find them. We're just waiting for Venom Spite's word at this point to go across those walls. If we had something, we would have already moved over there. You best enjoy what time you have left to avoid that.
I just want to add one more thing. Were any of y'all does when you say investigate, did Venom Spite have another group of investigators investigate, or were you all personally involved in looking for clues?
I think we've made ourselves clear.
I just wanted to,
The only thing I hear is y'all haven't found anything yet. So if you'll excuse us, we're gonna go do our jobs.
Yeah, better than definitely sitting around talking all day.
Come on, y'all, let's go. We have leads to follow.
Says looks back at the group of guards one more time and just says, "Y'all can be better than this," and just turns her and walks off with the group. Sorry, Yulia had something to say.
Oh no, she just asked if Cess was okay. Like holding her hand.
Yeah, angry. She's trying not to like she's angry gripping the other hand because she doesn't want to break Paige's hand.
As we're walking away, I do not trust them as far as I can throw them, and I am not very strong.
I think a word with Venom Spite might be in order, if we can arrange it.
I'm also curious what they're trying to stop us from getting in there to do.
I mean, Governor, probably a high-profile person, but Olga's not even there, so we weren't trying to get in there. I think they were just trying to piss us off, waste our time.
Unless they're lying.
Yeah.
Could always go in and look.
We're talking about a B&E. Wait, out of character, how many days are left on those kids?
About
Expiring?
from
One more, 2
the
more days?
time. It's technically it is one full day because on the afternoon of the 3rd day, Venom Spite's gonna come.
Okay, alright.
So
All right.
you have the remaining half of today and then half of tomorrow.
If
I
we're
could
gonna...
scout the area, you could say. Go in invisible, sneak around, look around. If I see anything, I come out and tell all of you. And if it's something important, then we B&E.
All right. I think that's fine. I'm not wholly confident we're gonna find anything in there unless it's pertaining to this orchid. But if you feel comfortable, if you feel, safe enough to do that, you just get back real quick, all right? Don't waste our time, Kliff. She's gonna cross her arms, look away very, very soon.
Baka.
I think you've learned by now that it's very hard for me to stay away from you. And I turn invisible.
Damn.
Boy!
Oh,
Okay, so you're going invisible. What is everyone else doing?
He was doing the scout thing, right? I mean, we could...
We shouldn't linger too close to the property. They might get a little...
right. They're already a
Suspicious.
little upset with us.
Is this the only entrance into the governor's house, God?
God.
God.
God? Yes.
That's what the DM is.
Yes, this checkpoint
Destiny
before
manifest.
the wall is the only entrance.
I mean... Do you think anybody would be walking in and out of the governor? I mean, we got turned away, but we're just regular jobbers. But, deliveries, other important officials might come by. Do we want to, scope out the entrance while we're waiting? See if anybody else gets to go in for free?
We could. That's not a bad idea. We'd have to do it, quiet-like, which I'm not. It pains me to say I'm not skilled in anything, but that is not an area of expertise for me.
I could have thought neither. So,
I'm pretty okay with
Says the girl who rolled the nat one last time.
I know. I have to make it up. I have to make it up.
I really don't know what else we can do while we're waiting on old Kliffy.
What do you want to do?
You know what? We could ask at the local businesses, see if they've seen anybody come into the building recently. Maybe a certain orchid-looking fella. Yeah?
Do that. It would also help at least have one person making sure that if something does happen to Kliff and there's commotion, we'll be able to help.
True.
Jubilee, listen, you know Kliff the best, right? Which of us three here do you think is the best for his escape route if he needs it?
It's hard to say. I don't know much of the security details on the ins or outs of this place. I'm inclined to think it'd actually be you, Sis. Sort of burst in, grab him, get the hell out kind of situation.
That I can do.
Okay,
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Okay, before you do that, then I'm gonna go ahead, and Cess is gonna go ahead and cast Fortune's Favor on Cess.
Yes, Paige? What are you doing?
Sorry, there's a dog.
There you see a dog walk by.
There's a dog that walked by. She is going to
There's a feisty pancake of a lad.
feisty
Says is growling.
Seth just
Says is
barking.
growling.
I try to mute as fast as I can. I'm so sorry.
No,
You're good. It happens.
Dog. Okay. I'm casting Fortune's Favor on my sister.
Okay.
What that do?
It should show up on the. There we go.
Ooh.
So I impart luck on you. So it's basically a reroll.
Yep, for 1 hour you get a reroll.
Mm-hmm.
It says it consumes the 100 gold pearl.
Oh,
Woof.
do we have a one? Oh, did you buy one with the extra gold at the start?
I assumed I bought the materials for it. Yeah.
You'd waste 100 gold on my Luxus? You sure?
Just want to make
Well,
sure.
knowing
you're
your
okay.
luck, maybe it's worth it.
Well,
She
hold
drops-
on. Let's
She drops
if you're talking about
$1,000 on you.
If we're talking about
Sure.
Mistwalker's Litro, motherfucker, I didn't get a turn. All right,
Of
yeah.
course.
I'll
Was this
hold
session
on
one
to
you
the
rolled 3 nat ones?
Oh, that was a different time. That was a different Tate.
Different alternate universe.
This is
All right.
very lucky. You know, this is actually, it's like 10 grand worth for this. You guys are getting paid 200 gold to complete this job.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give Sis half my pay for this.
Let's
I
do
do
100
actually
each,
have-
but yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna wait out here then. There's like a little cafe right that's within eyesight of the gate, right, or something like that.
Well, there's a dead space, so there's probably about 100 feet between the checkpoint and where buildings are allowed to be.
I'm just gonna stand there menacingly
Okay.
because I gotta be close enough to get Kliff out. Worst case.
Yeah. So Kliff went invisible. You're 100 feet away. What does Kitty 2 and Jubilee do?
There's that idea I mentioned about
know-
asking to see if anyone wants to see Orchid.
Yeah, the centaur I was talking to,
Yeah.
she said Orchid's stand was close to the butcher's, right?
Yeah.
I might retrace my steps and go back to the butcher shop
Okay.
and ask some questions.
Okay. So you're gonna do that. What about Paige? Paige the mage.
Paige the mage is kind of hanging around the outside of the mansion, not really trying to draw any attention to herself.
Okay. So, all right. So you hang out not next to Sess, but adjacent to Sess. And let's see what else we got here. Litro. So you are currently a stealthy lad, being invisible. Like, what do you want to do? Hello?
Kliff, you there, Litro?
Sorry, my mic was muted. Yeah. Is there enough space for me just to walk right past them towards the door, or do I need to
Well, the
climb
gate's
a wall?
closed. They're standing in front of it. The gate is closed. So it's basically, there is a checkpoint with like fencing that's closed, and then in front of that, behind that is actually like big hard wooden doors that are closed. So this is like this is where you meet somebody to have the chance to get inside the walls.
Does any of the part of the walls look climbable at all?
They're about 20 feet high.
Is it like loose brick where I can like climb up it like a rock wall?
It is not. These appear to be hewn from big slabs of stone. So there's probably some slightly mortared crease marks between the different slabs, but they're quite solid pieces that were probably used by some kind of magic means to create this wall.
Okay. Does the gate look climbable then?
Like the doors?
Yeah.
Well, I guess like if you like get up to some kind of handle on it and then use that, it would be a tricky climb. It would not be easy, but it's potentially possible.
Is there any other way in?
Not that you can see standing in front of the gate.
Well,
Your
then I
little
might as well
5'2"
try.
self. Your little 5'2" self is having a hard time figuring out how you're gonna get over this 20-foot wall.
Oh, he's just so small.
I'm pretty small. Can I squeeze through the gate?
No. The gate is closed. There are 2 giant doors which are shut. There is a smaller, just like basically like a chain link fence gate in front of those. That's the area that you were talking to the guards in.
And I can't really open it without making a bunch of noise.
Not unless you had like a silence spell.
If I take out 2 of my daggers, could I climb the wall that way just by stabbing into it?
That's going to be very difficult because it's a dagger into a giant stone wall, and B, that's going to make noises.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll try and climb the gate. You said I can use something like a small little lever to like shimmy up it.
So if you we'll say that the handle is probably about 4 feet off the ground, and then you're about 5 feet. So you got about a 6-foot distance you need to figure out how you're going to get past.
I'm invisible, so...
Well, you can conceive of this before you start climbing, because once you start climbing, you're going to make stealth checks for sound and everything.
Yeah.
So you've got 6 feet to figure out how you're going to get past it.
Like, what do you mean by get past? Like,
okay.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused of what you're describing.
I'm gonna quickly do something on the screen. So, all right. So we've got a door, and I gotta freehand this. All right. So the door is a big ass door, and it has like a handle here, and then you can go basically 5 feet, and then the door goes into an overall wall, which is a further like 6 to 10 feet above you. If you're looking at Roll20, this is my rough outline of it. So this would be you standing here, realizing where you are.
Okay.
And so you're standing here on top of a door, like on top of the handle of a door, in a frame. If you're trying to climb this, there is wall above the door frame. You have to get from the distance where you're standing to the top of the wall. That is the distance you're struggling with right now.
If I, can I use acrobatics at all to try and kind of, hook my feet right here and then, flip myself up over here?
That would be a hell of an acrobatics check. A more realistic would be, I guess, a standing jump for athletics, but you can do acrobatics. It's going to be much more difficult.
Well, my athletics is -1, my
I'm
acrobatics
just telling you,
is +3.
You can do it. It's just harder because that's a wildly impractical use of acrobatics.
Okay.
You're not trying to break a fall. You're trying to, twirl up a sheer surface.
Okay. I guess I'll go with athletics then instead of acrobatics.
All right. So
I was just trying to use my positive modifier.
I'm aware.
All right. I will sneak up towards the gate and start to climb that.
Are you rolling?
Do you want me to roll stealth check?
Yeah, you can do your advantage stealth for visual stuff first, and then you can do your athletics.
That's a mod 20 for stealth.
Yeah, you're fine. They're not going to be looking at you to notice it. All right, so now you do your athletics, and depending on what you get in your athletics will determine the difficulty of the corresponding stealth roll as you somehow jump this.
Okay. That was a 7, turned down to a 6.
Okay. Make a stealth check, not at advantage.
Okay. That's another mod 20.
Okay. You managed to catch yourself using your acrobatics as you fall off this door. But you make minimal sound as you fall to the ground. It's only like a 7-foot fall because you're just jumping off of your point because you just did a really shitty jump.
I guess let's try again.
Okay.
Another athletics then?
Yeah.
Okay. It was on a 19, then it rolled over to a 3, so a total of 2.
Yes. Now make that stealth check again.
All right. 12.
So this time, you definitely lose your footing a bit on the door, and you have a harder time catching your fall. So you do make an audible plop onto the ground. But it's not like dust swirling everywhere kind of thing. It's just there's a thump sound as you hit the ground. And the guards start looking around. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, I have a new idea. Is there like anywhere I can like hide, like just out of view of where the guards are currently?
If you leave the guard area, it's hard as like because the wall curves around the area. You'd have to go a fair amount of distance to get to basically where the wall would curve in a way that you'd be out of a potential peripheral site. So I don't know. I don't know how geography works, so it'd be like, I don't know, 40 feet away.
Before I do this ridiculous plan, I'm going to quickly walk around the entire thing to see if I can't find an easier way in.
Okay. As you are walking around, I will pass over to Jubilee. Jubilee, you have... While all of this is going on, you're retracing your steps to the butchery.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, so I didn't know if you wanted to like do this for the sake of expediency, since we've already talked to the butcher. But really, I just wanted to check to see, if they had eyes on Orchid, and if they saw the Lamia with her, or at least at her stand.
Yeah. If you ask for further clarity from the area, people say she never made it to the stand. She got lost in the crowd before reaching that. Also, while you're there, make a perception check.
Okay. That is a 5.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you don't see anything, but yeah, they can tell you she never made it there. She got lost in the crowd. And
do they know anything about Orchid? Just
know that she's the Fae envoy, works with the daughters who run Drome as just a kind of envoy into Greywall, because Greywall is under one of the warlords of the daughters, and she's not here very often. She maybe comes like once every couple months, but she was asked to be here for this, and then she left after it was revealed that the child was taken. She helped Lady Cryotrixia and High Priestess Hecate and Captain Venomspite search for the girl. They could not find her. Shortly after it was determined that there was nothing else they could do, she left town.
Okay. All right. I think that's everything I would have thought to ask.
Okay. Where do you want to go now?
I'll probably just regroup with
Okay.
everyone.
As you are regrouping, you do notice something very specific, just because you actually recognize this. Heading, as you're kind of retracing your steps back, you notice going in the direction of the of the Bloody Cairn, you see on the wall a little pink heart with a little chibi fox in it. At probably about, if you're standing up straight, it would probably be about the tips of your fingers. So maybe like knee height off the ground on the side of a building.
Which building is it?
This appears to be just a residence. It's on the side of a residence next to some graffiti.
Okay. I'm tempted, but I am not going to follow that trail alone.
Okay.
So I will I will clock that, remember it, and continue to regroup with everyone.
Alright, so yeah, it'll be a while for you to come back, just because it's 20 minutes to get to the square and 20 minutes to get back. So we've got 40 minutes of Kliff looking around the wall. So one of the things you notice as you are looking around the wall, there do appear to be the opportunity to make Arcana checks. Kliff.
Okay. That's an 11.
Okay. You can identify that engraved into the walls appear to be arcane runes at various points along the wall, which you can recognize are magical in nature. So perhaps there is some kind of spellcraft as a part of these walls. The specifics of which you can't really remember, but you can tell that these walls have been enchanted in some way.
Okay. How high did you say the walls were again?
20 feet high.
20 feet high. Nope, sold it. Damn it. Okay. Are there any buildings like close to the wall at all?
No, it's 100 feet clearing around the wall
Damn.
as a safety dead zone.
Oh, I know one way to try and get the door open, but it's very dumb and will likely get me killed. So I probably shouldn't do that.
What a ringing endorsement of of it.
All right, now I want to at least hear what this plan is.
Please don't kill yourself.
Basically, I would use an illusion to make noise on the other side of the door to try and get the guards in the front to open it up, but it will likely fail because one, there's probably guards already on the other side who would hear it and just be confused, and it'll also make me drop invisibility, which means I would have to rely on my pure stealth.
Yeah. Not a great plan.
So rather than doing that, I think I will regroup with the party and just tell them that I can't get in at all.
Okay.
I don't have the muscles.
You're too weak.
And God doesn't want me to do flips.
You know, if you could do a standing backflip off of basically like a 4-inch gap on a door, I would let you do it. But I don't feel like that's acrobatics for this.
Acrobatics, you can perform acrobatic stunts, including dives, rolls, somersaults, and flips.
That is, I would say, too impossible a feat for you to pull off. That's why it's an athletics check for a standing jump.
I'm just going to go ahead and roll it for fun. It will mean nothing, but I'm just going to roll it for fun.
Natural 20.
Oh my god!
Oh, what a wasted natural 20. What a wasted natural 20.
Speaking of things wasted, since I basically did nothing, can we just sort of like undo the spell page cast on me, or is that?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Take your.
Thank you, God.
The orb.
Thank you, God.
I didn't want to tell you it was gonna be a waste of money, so that's fine.
Thank you.
I should have done the flip to flips.
All right, so after about 40 minutes, nobody seems to be going in, but Jubilee does return.
Well, anything?
We were very successful.
Oh, was that? I've just sort of been standing here.
Kliff, did you find anything?
I was waiting for the DM to say I returned because she
No,
said
it was
Jubilee
40 minutes
returned.
later, so I assumed
Okay.
you returned.
Yeah.
Like, your whole exchange maybe took about 10 minutes for you to pull off.
Yeah. As soon as they ask, I like snap my fingers and I reappear. Couldn't get in. Wall's too high, and I think there may be an alarm spell around the wall. So even if I dig it in, I might have triggered something.
Right. Well, I'm starting to think this whole orchid thing is not quite the lead we thought it might be. I went back to ask around, at some of the shop vendors who were in close proximity to Orchid's stand during the festival. They said the child never made it to her. She got lost in the crowd. She was not seen it with Orchid. So...
This whole thing is still rubbing me the wrong way, though. Do not like any of this. I think we need to inspect these gods a bit closer. Well, maybe not these gods, but their commander. Would you say his name was, God?
Captain Lilith Venomspite.
Captain Venomspite.
Yeah, this whole Venomspite character is starting to... I don't know. Something just seems off. And
Bite you?
if anything, let's say there's nothing wrong with this Venomspite character. It'd still be good to share information. Just in case.
You have to admit, even their name sounds like that of a villain name.
That's racist.
That's racist.
You just can't assume. Just
Not racist. It's namist.
There
There's a
are
difference.
plenty of people who say that your family's name is a villain's name, Kliff. So
Oh, capitalism
let's not
was
be
the
a
real
little-
villain.
let's not be too judgmental here.
There's
You
a
guys,
difference between Orin and Venomspite.
you do know that Venomspite's barracks / office is inside of the governor's mansion.
Oh.
Just to be clear.
Well, shit. Well, shit.
Oh, Venomspite, we spoke to them at their office, right? Like outside of the governor's.
You have not talked to Venomspite.
No, we don't know Venomspite.
Oh, we talked to some. Right.
Yeah, all you've done is hear about Venomspite.
the notorious, yeah.
Yeah, she is the hard-nosed guardian of this town and the voice of the governor.
Who was the person we talked to when we entered this town first? The one who gave us this information from the House of Finding?
Oh, the first guy you talked to, or the first person who gave you the briefings and stuff was Erlock Kronzahar, the chief inspector of House Thrash.
You know, I wonder if we can get into that house through the sewers.
We sure we don't want to go tell Erlock about our findings then? Because this is kind of above us.
What have we found? We have nothing of pure evidence. If we turn anything in, it would just be mostly hearsay. We have no solid evidence to hand over.
We do. We have a description of one of our suspects, 6 suspects, and there's the markings that Jubilee mentioned. I mean, it's something, right? Because, well, frankly, at this point, it's starting to become something bigger and bigger, and we may need a bigger powerhouse to get those gates open for us. If we sneak into the sewers, then what? If we get caught in there, how do we get out?
We run.
Back to House Thrash and hope that they can hide us while we, after getting the evidence here. This feels like a final gambit sort of situation, like a we do this, there's no coming back sort of deal.
We hit our faces once when we went into a church.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't a we hit our faces. Okay, listen, I may be a little blind, but even I could tell my disguise was shoddy at best. In addition, you mentioned they had some sort of alarm spell. What kind of other magics do they?
For the
think they got?
wall. I don't know about the rest of the house.
What about inside the resident when we get inside? Because I'm assuming you don't want to just spend your time in the sewers. You want to go into the building, right?
Yes, that would be the goal. I know.
Crazy
I know.
idea.
I know it's not the best, but it's just something irks me, and I rather. This is the closest thing we've had to a lead this entire time, and I feel like I just hate to be stopped by a bunch of assholes and a tall wall.
Jubilee Page, what do you think?
I think you're right when it comes to this being a lot bigger than us. There's something a lot more powerful that's in that mansion, and I don't even think sneaking in is a possibility. I think regrouping with what we have, with the information we have, trying to form more allies, and seeing if they have more information, that might help us.
If we at least come to Urlock with our suspicions, there's a chance he could at least point us into a way to get inside the government's mansion. I don't know. Jubilee, you know how this big stuff works, right?
Well, yes, but typically with things like this, you don't have a time constraint. There's, people to talk to, paperwork to fill out. There's a way to go about these things, and we just don't have the time.
By the time we finish gathering allies to do whatever it is to get in there, whatever might have been there will either be covered up or our time will have run out, and then they'll invade the city.
Alright then, fine. If we're doing this, we gotta figure out what sewers we're gonna use to get in there. And there's one more condition I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna go in first. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, now, how are we gonna get into the sewers? Think that far? Do we know where the holes are?
Because of my background, would I know general sewer layouts pretty well?
That is a very approximate knowledge. Generally, how sewers are laid out.
Yeah, like.
Yeah,
I
I
don't wanna say-
guess. You
we
have
pass by,
basic.
like,
Yeah,
manholes?
would I be able to quickly find a manhole and be like, yeah, this probably might lead in there?
Yeah, you can find. They don't really have straight up manholes. It's more of like specific gate access points throughout the city, because you can only imagine that the sewers of a city with denizens such as this, you could only imagine what lives in there. So it is something that's not just like, it's not like you're just going into a fucking manhole in Sharn. It is a bit more of a process, but you can find them.
Going into the sewers, I feel like it's just running us around in circles.
I'm a little concerned about that as well. Like, I want to feel like we're doing something and we're moving forward.
Right.
And there certainly is something strange happening in that manor. But I don't know if it's something that's going to help us find those kids.
Right. I think it's
We
only
could
gonna
also
lead us
try-
around the wall.
I could try throwing my weight around and intimidate them with my nobility name.
Didn't
They
The
didn't-
Orans have.
They didn't seem all that impressed with you the first time.
Well, maybe if I put on the heat a bit more, and I have some strong fellows backing me up.
I don't think getting into a fight is probably the best course of action at the moment. They seem.
No, it wouldn't be a fight. It would just be more
Yes, but it might
take
turn
us to your
into-
manager, kind of.
They
They
didn't seem
didn't
too
really
keen on that
seem-
before.
No. I really think we should regroup. We should discuss our findings and see if there's someone else who has a lead, or maybe they've picked something up along the way that we didn't notice.
I hate to look like I'm walking away with my tail between my legs, but I think I agree with Paige on this one.
It's in there. They don't want us to know, and maybe it's something a lot bigger than this, but maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the kidnappings anyway? It just might have something to do fundamentally with the place that we're in. I mean, there's still a lot of questions, but I think
We asked to
being-
I
speak
will
to the
say-
governor, but could we at least...
I will
We asked to
say,
speak to the governor, and they said no. But if we asked to speak with Venom Spite, perhaps they'll let us?
maybe, but
As you guys are talking, you see, coming from around the corner of some of those buildings, you see your trusty one-eyed tiefling, Xavian. He's got some bruises and stuff on his face and, like, arms from last night. But he comes up and goes, "Oh, thank God, thank the six. I was looking for you guys everywhere. I don't know what you did, but, like...
You're the bartender.
Yeah, but I wanted to find you all because after last night, I thought it'd be important to tell you, like, I don't know what kind of favors you called in, but getting that crazy bitch, like, taken out, like, nice on you."
What?
Taken out.
Yeah, I was coming back to my bar this morning to start doing some of the cleanup work, and it was fucking might be around sunup, and I saw like fucking 6 people dragging her, far enough away. I assumed they were with you.
Do these people have masks?
Their faces were covered, but
What
not
direction?
masks. What'd you say?
What direction?
But fucking back towards the bloody cairn. I don't know. They looked to be heading east from there.
What is east from his location? That's of importance to us.
Well, east from the bloody cairn would be going towards the wall, like the wall that separates the International Enclave from the city itself.
Was this like... Did you just see them drag him off, or was this early?
No, I saw it this morning. I heard you guys were walking around town again, so I was trying to find y'all, but you were moving around everywhere.
thank you.
If the trail's still fresh, we might be able to still find them.
I meant to mention, it didn't seem important at the time. I saw her calling card on a building earlier on my way back to you guys.
Which direction?
I can show you if you want to head that way.
Okay.
direction
Let's do
that the tiefling told us they were heading previously, or?
Oh yeah, DM.
Yeah.
Where I saw the pink kitsune mark.
Yep.
Is that about the direction that
That is...
he is
See,
describing?
You didn't... That would be actually to the west, but he just says he saw them moving in front of it,
To
so
the
maybe
east.
they could have moved from west to east. Who
From
knows?
there. Okay.
Let's see if we can find this trail and then track them down.
Wait,
Alright.
just to be clear, the only thing east past of the tavern that so far matches up for their case is the governor's house, right, Obs?
What'd you say? Sorry.
The only thing east of the tavern that matches up with our case
No,
is the governor's
no.
house.
The governor's house is north of the tavern.
Oh, but
The,
She said the wall.
The Enclave Wall. So there's
The
a city of a lot of walls. The place is called Grey Wall, after all. So there's the big wall that surrounds the city. There's a smaller wall that surrounds the governor's mansion, and then there is a wall dividing the International Enclave from the rest of the city. Walls within walls within walls.
Yeah, well, let's go find this trail of them dragging her away and see if we can't follow it back to wherever they went.
Right. So, I guess I'll lead the way then.
Alrighty. As you guys start heading that way, Xavier goes, So wait, if it wasn't you guys, then who was it?
Possibly the kidnappers. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll give you a vase later. Thank you.
What, a vase? As he's confused, you guys depart. It takes you, as like I said, it takes you about 20 minutes to get to the Bloody Cairn. And as you're looking around that area, now that you know what to look for, you do see a little pink heart kitsune, once again at about knee level.
Looks like our war criminal may have left a trail for us.
They are magical, so you know.
Going to go ahead and ritually cast Detect Magic to help me locate these as we keep going.
Oh,
Either she did or someone wants us to follow. But either way, it's a lead.
You
It's a
do-
trail. Yeah.
you do notice when you activate Detect Magic, as you look at these things, they are very magically distorted. Like the same energy you felt from the Bloody Cairn when you did Detect Magic, that's what these markings have.
Good, that means they stand out from the rest of the magical crap in the city.
Yes, they in fact do. It hurts to look directly at them with Detect Magic up, but you can clearly see where they are. They move in ways that magic should not be capable of doing.
Fantastic. Then I look for the corrupted bits of the weave as I continue.
Yep.
Like, there's another one. Ugh, that's gross. Oh, there's another one over there as we keep going forward.
And as you guys follow this, it does appear to be a trail. And then you see that the last marking is smack against the wall. The
magical-
Enclave wall.
The Detect Magic, does it show any like outlines of a hidden wall? Or
There
a
does
hidden
not
door?
appear to be a hidden wall. People can make perception, investigation, or survival checks. One of the three.
I'll roll investigation with guidance.
I will also roll investigation.
Yep.
This?
Actually, no. I'll aid Jubilee
Okay.
and give her guidance because
Okay.
she's probably better at it than me.
Okay, so you have advantage, Jubilee, plus a d4.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Okay.
Spicy.
Nice.
Add a D4, add a D4.
Well, it's not needed. She succeeds, but
So 24 altogether.
Wow.
she succeeds more so.
Yeah.
As you're looking around, you do see an area where it is not a hidden wall or anything. It appears to be like a drainage grate. Maybe about like waist high in the wall that has like bars and stuff in it. But as you look at it, these bars look pretty worn out. And as you're doing an investigation looking at them, you could probably remove them with a little bit of care and time.
Or elbow grease.
Oh yes.
I'll just point out to the group and be like, this looks like as good an entry point as any. And I'm
I
gonna
look
try to.
over at Sis and be like, you said you wanted to go in first.
Yep. Says walks up. I'm going in. If that's not clear enough, Obs, I'm going
Yeah.
in.
All right, so you can remove the bars pretty easily, and when you remove them, you are in a massive warehouse area. Not like there's like lots of warehouses here. If the people follow behind you, Kliff is able to recognize this as most places that are lightning rail adjacent have warehouses for various merchants and tradesmen. And you can basically they would store goods and stuff there. And because you specifically work for a house Orion, you know that each warehouse will be manifested to a different, or will be manifested that you could look up if you go to the House Orion station and stuff. But yeah, there are just dozens and dozens of warehouses here, since this is mostly a trading enclave.
I can't see because I don't have dark vision.
Well, it's not dark. You're on the other side of a wall.
Oh, I thought we were like underneath. All right.
No. So you go through this drainage gate in the wall. You get on the other side of it. You're on the other side of the wall, and you see all these buildings around you. At this point, it's probably about like 3 p.m.
Do we see any more symbols leading the way?
Not right here.
I'll start looking around for them, looking for that twisted, sickening magic.
Okay. What about everybody else?
We're in a warehouse, right?
A warehouse
footage-
area. There are warehouses everywhere.
area, excuse me. Oh, there are warehouses. Oh, excuse me. Kliff's looking for tracks. Says isn't particularly sure what to look for, so I'm just gonna be on general perception duty for the party.
Okay.
Any footprints? Any large?
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's
I feel
survival to find footprints and
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel
Okay.
inclined to look for large boot prints.
I will roll survival then.
I will help you with that.
Will you
so.
survive, even though you
Will
live
I
there?
survive? Okay, can I roll with the
Yeah,
advantage
you can roll
with
again.
the- Awesome. Okay.
Okay. 17?
Mhm.
You see what appears to be very big, deep steel boot prints.
Yeah,
Hot dog.
dog.
So you do in fact see them, and based on your guys' investigation at the Dryad Grove, you know that these are the same type of boot prints.
Are they leading in any particular direction, or are
They're
they
heading
just-
deeper into the warehouse area.
Okay. Everyone, I think I found it.
Let's
Good
move
work, Paige.
quickly.
As between Kliff's magical radar and Paige's astute tracking capability with Jubilee, since it was Jubilee's assistance that got you that, you guys are following through the trail, and you arrive at a large warehouse that has it doesn't have any windows on it, except for like at the very top of it. It's probably, the warehouse itself is maybe 30 feet high, and then the windows are at like the very top, along maybe 3 feet below it, or 3 feet below the top. And if you circle around the warehouse, you see that there is a closed door at like an anteroom type. So the building is shaped like an L, and so at the bottom of the L there is a door in it, and it just says, Warehouse 13.
How tall did you say the windows are up? You
They're
said they're 3
probably
feet below
like
the roof.
27 feet high.
Oh, Jesus, that's a huge warehouse.
Yeah, it's a 30-foot tall warehouse. The windows are 3 feet below the top.
I was about to say, Jubilee, can you give me a lift so I can look through the window? Nope, no, you can't.
Yeah. It's
No.
a big storage building, so they don't need to have the windows low to the ground, since it's not really nobody's looking through them or anything.
Man, I
do
wish I
some-
was Spider-Man.
Is the door locked?
You gonna try the door?
Yes. Carefully.
Okay, so
Perhaps not you. Perhaps it might be better for someone else to open the door.
Let me, just in case there's something on the other side. And Sez is gonna grab the door and twist it open.
With this, you. One second, I have to check something real quick. I'm sorry.
Is it
there-
only the?
I
is it
actually
only the one
apologize.
door, by the way?
There is a second door.
Okay. I was
So
about to
there's
say,
the
is there a
L-shaped
second
door, and then there is a bigger, like, cargo door, which is closed along the side of the building. All Alright, sorry about that, because I had to actually look at my map. And
So we still going through this door, or do we want to try the other one?
That's a cargo door. If you open up that cargo door, everyone inside this building is gonna know we're here.
Mm-hmm.
So we should use the other door.
Right, the other door.
Just making sure.
Alright, sorry about this. 1 second. Oops, I exited out of the wrong thing. Help.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no! The
Give me one
team's
moment.
lost.
Give me one moment. I exited out of the wrong thing. My beat. I had to re-sign into Roll20. Yep. Sorry about the cease and desist of music. Since this is now the opportunity to have a map, I actually have to open it. There we go. Should be visible. Doesn't appear to be. Heck. There we go. We have a map. Alrighty. So,
Oh, should we be looking at the Discord so because we might be able to see it? If
yeah,
we're
yeah. You
looking at
don't
our screen.
preferably do not look at look at it through the Roll20, not through the game.
Yeah.
That's
That's why I use the watching eye.
I don't know how to
thing
do
on
that.
mine.
Sorry.
It's good. We'll figure that out later. For now, where do you
Okay.
want us?
Okay, so you guys can set yourselves up along whichever door you wish to use.
Probably this one over here.
Okay, so that's the big cargo door.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the big
so
cargo
not
door.
this
Where's the
one.
little
Yeah.
L-shaped door?
The little L-shaped door is down below you if you move, since you can now actually see things.
I can't see what's
I know,
right
I'm
here.
saying since you can actually see things, I actually reveal this.
Where's my sister?
I'm
So,
I'm trying
there
to
is the L-shaped door.
I'm trying to drag
Where is
myself.
she?
It won't let me drag myself.
Looking around everywhere.
You have to click your
Click and
name.
drag your name onto the map from
Yeah.
the list of character sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
There they are.
That's not.
That's
not
the
my
illusionary
sister.
bullshit.
me.
That's the
Not
wrong
me.
token.
No, I'm trying to drag myself. It's not letting me drag
you-
it.
Do
Do you
want
have
a screen
control of
share?
it?
So I can see.
I don't. If I drag it out, she won't have control of it. So she
wait.
has to click.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, click the word Yulia.
I
There we
got
go.
it. Yeah, I got it. I'm not dumb, I swear.
Where is she?
Okay.
That's my step.
But yeah, so there is a door there. So who wishes to open it?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
So move
I've
yourself
been
up.
waiting.
You open the door. Inside, wildly unprepared for this to happen,
Combat.
you see there are two men. They were kind of chilling out behind some desks, and they look up at you, standing at the door, and they look at each other, and then one of them goes, how can we help you?
So this is gonna just walk in. What do I see? Reveal to me, DM. I'm allowed to walk in, right? They're not gonna,
It
like,
appears to be the office of a warehouse, and there is another door that is closed right here.
I'm gonna look at both of them. I'm just gonna be like, well, for one thing, you can get the heck out of here. It is time for inspection. We can't have you here messing about. We need you to get out of here. You can come back in about half an hour. Take a quick coffee break. It'll be fine. As I try and roll deception on them, I guess.
You can. Oh, apparently, music is not playing. Frick. I'm just a hot mess here.
Hot
For
mess.
tonight, it is okay.
The scuff. All right, so yeah, you can roll your deception if you want.
That's a 15.
They go, yeah, we already talked to the inspector, so...
Yeah, you talked to the inspector for the warehouse. I'm the inspector for the lightning rail. If you haven't seen, I flashed my Orin badge. I'm here to make sure that everything is up and up around the actual lightning rail to make sure nothing messes up with the train. Now, if you'll excuse me, please leave.
I know the music that I'm playing. Right. Oh gosh, I have to figure out a lot of stuff. Sorry. I was not prepared to switch to the battle map. Okay. So with that, he goes, "Sir, I'm gonna please ask you to leave. We have to go make sure this is all okay.
The player's been waiting for a thing.
Yeah.
So Cez's funnel is finally ready for this. Cez is going to walk up to the counter and there's a little cup of like quills or something. Cez is going to grab it and crush it and say, "You heard the man. We're here for an inspection, and I would like to roll intimidation."
Okay.
All
Can
right,
I
come on,
aid
don't
with
fuck
my
me over.
attempt at deception?
Sure.
Nope, 5. Let's go. Oh wait. Oh wait. Is that with advantage then?
Yeah, we'll do that.
7.
No. They go.
No.
They look at each other for a moment, and then the one on directly opposite Cez goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the manager here, and I'll make sure everything checks out, okay?"
Stop.
Oh,
I stop him before he goes to the door.
Yep.
And then I quickly, without even thinking, I summon a shadow dagger and I throw it at his knee.
Okay, that escalated very quickly. You can get your quick throw in, and then you were gonna roll some initiative.
Whoops. I don't have shadow dagger as one of my things. What?
The easiest thing is cheating.
It just acts as... Okay, so it's the same as a dagger. No, wait, that was on a 20. Whatever. 7 to hit, then.
So, you chuck a dagger at this guy, and it pings into the door next to him, and he takes
as
this
I look at him, I'm like...
yeah.
And I was like, I said, you need to leave.
And he will throw open the door and say, "They're here!" And with that, everybody roll initiative.
Boy.
This is not going well at all.
I knew if he was going to go through that door, they were just going to be like, "Oh, time to leave," and go through the other door.
Hang on a sec.
My first roll, 5. I'm still stuck on that. Sorry.
Okay. All right, everybody. I think this, we set up for the impending combat next time.
Oh, okay.
I think this is at a pretty good place to end. We're at 3 hours. They have just popped open combat.
There's a guy with a knife in his foot.
Well, it's a knife next to the door because he
Next,
missed.
next to his foot.
No, it's not even there anymore, by the way, because I used my shadow dagger.
Yeah,
My
so
shadow dagger
it
disappears as soon as I
disappears
throw
into the
it.
door.
Oh.
Oh.
It was just like a bit of blackness that just faded away after I tossed it. Oh, when we just got raided as we're about to end.
Yep. Well, welcome, Cross. Happy to have you. Yeah, so what a turn of events. All right, thank you so much for the raid. All right, you did the raid for them. All right, so I think that this on this cliffhanger, we will end things for tonight. The plucky group of adventurers continued their investigation and have followed a trail left for them by a foxo and have now initiated combat with some random strangers in a warehouse. So what's the
We're
worst that
clearly
could happen?
working for the bad guys.
What's the worst that could happen? All
Yeah,
right,
we could have been
everybody.
wrong.
I hope you all are. I hope you all had fun tonight.
I was 90% sure these were like part of the smugglers. They were just acting as guards.
I hope you all had fun tonight. If you look at the exclamation point players, be sure to check out all of the incredible players here's Twitch pages. They're all amazing streamers and VTubers in their own right. Also, if you want to watch the previous episodes of this as well as the as this episode, as soon as it is uploaded, go check out the exclamation point D&D YouTube page. It's called Waifus and Warriors: A Knight's Tale. Be sure to go check out those and see the wacky adventures as we now head into Mortal Kombat. Also, if you haven't done so already, please give us a follow here on Twitch. Give a sub over on YouTube, a follow on Twitter, and you can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. Thank you all so much for playing tonight. I hope you guys had the most fun. And
It's a great time as always. Our party just rubs our collective 4 brain cells together, and look where we are.
We rubbed them too hard at starting a fire.
The only smart one amongst all of us, I think, is Paige, and Paige is too like insecure to really say most things without being scared and messing everything up.
Confidence, sister. We gotta get you a pair of sunglasses. It just comes with it.
you
Yes,
love to
yes.
see it.
Yeah,
You'll love to
prescription
see it.
sunglasses.
Perspiration? You good?
All right, we will be back here next Wednesday as well for more adventures of Ashes of the Last War as we come to potentially the climactic conclusion of this quest. Also, next Tuesday, Final Fantasy Tactics D&D. Be sure to come by Litro's stream for that. It's going to be a blast. You can see all these wonderful people all over again, being adorable. We are going to find ourselves a raid target for tonight. If anybody has any suggestions for who they'd like us to do, if you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you're a sub, please copy down the knight's message. As we will go find ourselves a yonder raid target.
Ooh, there is a buddy of mine, Errolvin.
Oh, I know Errol. Errol's a good bean.
Yeah.
All right, we'll raid Errol.
Yeah.
He's a good burb.
Good burp. Yes.
All right, everybody, he's playing Fall Guys, so let's go send Errol some big love-a-roo. Huggle-wuggles from our lovely Eternal Knights.
Thank you
yes.
again.
Yes, thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you for coming by. I can't wait to do this again next week. I will be back Friday on this channel for more Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Be sure to come on by. It's going to be a blast. Litro also DMs a campaign that night, which I cameo on, which has literally all of these people in it. So if you want more of their amazing action, be sure to come by Mistwalkers on Litro's channel this Friday.
Yeah.
And I will see you guys all soon. Let's go send Errol some love. Bye!
Bye.
Bye-bye.